I left the YouTube sound on. Rip. You guys probably heard it weird. What up? What up, dudes? Shogunik and FNG both reminded me that today's format even existed. So shout out to them if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then I guess blame them. I don't know. I don't know. What's going on? What is even happening? Got a Photoshop here. A little bingo sheet I made up. Now, I did not make the bingo sheet after checking what replays I had. I have a folder with 70 replays in it. And that's a lot. I can't make videos out of all those. The folder used to have like 90 replays in it, but I went through and I deleted ones that were just boring. That were just outright boring and I didn't want to watch. Like, pretty much anything with a Mutalith Vortex Beast and a Nurgle-caster got deleted, right? Pretty much anything with, like, Gotrek, Felix, and Blank got deleted. That's just not shit I was interested in at all. But even after I got rid of all the ones that were just boring by build, where I could scroll through and tell that I was not going to enjoy them at all, still had 70 left. Didn't know what to do with them, didn't know which ones to make into videos, and FNG brought up, and Shogunik brought up in our patron chat the other day, but FNG brought up, why don't you do replay bingo? And I'm like, people keep mentioning that. What the hell was that? Like, how did that work? And he kind of reminded me, and I remembered it now. So there's two versions of it. One is I put out this bingo sheet ahead of time, and people play games live, like, you know, out and about, and they send me the replays, and then I cast those replays until somebody gets a bingo, and then it's like, all right, this person got a bingo, and they win. This one's the other one. It's a little different. It's an older format, but it's where I take these 70 fucking replays I have, and we're just going to rapid fire cast through a bunch of them until either I get a bingo or we run out of replays. So, anyway, I made up the sheet ahead of time just thinking of things that almost never happen. And I don't want it to be impossible. We do want this to end someday or another, but like, Lord 6k value, top middle square, that shit doesn't happen every day. It can happen, but it's not all the time. Game ends in 4 minutes or less, it can happen. It doesn't happen all the time. Corn win, it's possible. I mean, that one's actually pretty likely because in the game it's not likely, but whenever anybody gets a corn win, they usually send it to me. So it's probably in this thing somewhere, right? And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to bang through some replays. People usually send me quite good games, so I imagine there won't be a lot of stinkers in here. But once again, I did not vet these. I just looked at the builds, got rid of the ones with dog shit builds. And by dog shit, I mean like either builds so stupid I'm not going to bother casting them, or builds that are so meta that I cast them every single day in tournaments, so I wouldn't make a video out of them anyway, you know? If someone sends me replays with like a Dark Elf Soulstealer caster, a couple Dark Riders, a couple Golden Knights, and some Bleak Swords versus High Elves with Imric, Regrowth, some Lothern Seaguard, and Dragon Princes, I'm probably not going to cast that game, no matter how close it is. I'm probably not going to, because the YouTube metrics just aren't there. No one gives a shit about that. Heard a banger intro? Good. Okie dokie. It is now 6:30, so I've officially preambled enough. I'm not going to do these in any particular order. I'm just going to scroll, click on a build, and hit start. This looks like a fun one. We'll start off with a Pigman game. Pigman 202 on the Demons of Chaos versus Mohammed Asslickin from Pineapple. I wonder if that's its current year. I already see one of our checkboxes almost got made with 2 Blood Crushers / Fiends, but there's no second Blood Crusher and there are no Fiends here. But we have one. We almost got a bingo square on the first game. Hey, 1,001 airstrikes. So what I got here? Demons of Chaos, Heralds of Khorne's Fury, the Blood Crushers of Khorne, Regiment of Renown. They do have a debuff nearby that lowers melee defense and increases fire weakness. Sour Guts plus other pink horrors, Chromatic Abomination plus other blue horrors. We do have an Exalted Great Unclean One of Nurgle with just Fleshy Abundance for his spell. 2 Screamers, one of which is a Shrieking Skyrays, and I think I mentioned the 2 Fleshhounds, but the 2 Fleshhounds. On the other side, for its current year, we do have some Norscan Ice Wolves, Skin Wolves. They are armored, which is quite nice. Beasts of Tashnar, so pretty usual dog core on the side of Norska. Some Marauders and Marauders with Spears. We have Throg and a Firecaster with Burning Head and Cascading Fire Cloak. Norscan Ice Wolves will take the fight with the Fleshhounds. See how well they can do. More dogs are coming in to support them. A little bit of that poison damage, but actually looks like those dogs are going to peace out and maybe leave it to the Skin Wolves to get a little bit done. Skin Wolves are not going to be as good in this matchup as they usually are, just because that physical resistance they usually use to make them tanky is really not going to do anything versus the Demons of Chaos. Everything here has magic damage. Burning Head goes through some blue horrors, curves into other ones to get rid of their shields, mostly just starting that whittling process down. As Throg takes the fight to the Exalted Great Unclean One. The Exalted Great Unclean One is a pretty decent duelist in his own right, but Throg was built for this, so I think Throg will trade up in damage value, though that demon has a lot more health and self-healing. Skin Wolves and Dogs fully saturating the back line. We have some Fleshhounds starting to Demonic Instability crumble now, but the Heralds of Khorne's Fury are here, and they're ready to play. With 100 armor, even the Skin Wolves don't really want a piece of that action. And, of course, their fire damage being bad for all those Skin Wolves. Norscan Ice Wolves, Beasts of Tashnar, all these guys trying to saturate the back line, but the demonic units being hybrid and pretty decent in a melee fight, plus spooky scary, so the dogs don't really want to stay here, is a double problem that Norse is going to have to face. They're not really used to the ranged units standing and fighting like this. Marauders on the front line getting mostly massacred, but that is their purpose, I suppose. Some are still staying in the fight, causing a bit of guff for the blue horrors, and the Shrieking Skyray is actually losing this fight to the Beasts of Tashnar and Skin Wolves. That's a pretty good trade for Norska. They really enjoy that catch. Shrieking Skyrays are a menace if you let them get into the late game. Burning Head will go through this area, and it'll damage the demons and do a little number on their leadership, but it also will hurt the Skin Wolves, and I think the leadership debuff also applies to them. No, but it still sets them on fire. Still pushes them away. His Exalted Great Unclean One, missing half his health bar from his duel with Throg, does come back here to say hello, tear out off some stuff. But yeah, I mean, Throg won that fight like we predicted. I don't know how much he regenerated through it. He did okay. The blue horror is still firing out into the Skin Wolves, still being a nuisance. The front line for the Demons of Chaos, these 2 blue horrors with no ammunition left are both holding pretty steadily. And none of the pink horrors have died yet. Sour Guts are chilling, this other pink horror is chilling, and this one somehow has taken a lot of damage, but yet not giving up the goose. Throg just wants a fight with this big boy. It looks like he's going to follow him around the battlefield for the rest of his days. Cascading Fire Cloak giving him more damage and melee defense, while Blightstorm takes that melee defense right away from him. And the Marauders of Norska seem to be really failing their lord and master here. Balance Power does go into Norska's favor for a little bit. I think it's too early to tell. 1 Fleshy Abundance, there it is, on the Exalted Great Unclean One. Will do a number for this battle, though his pink horrors and blue horrors friendly fire is actually really wrecking him right now. That Fleshy Abundance is getting cut in half because he's on fire from his own troops. I mean, it is hurting Throg too. It's not overall bad, but it is a little unfortunate that that Fleshy Abundance did not get to do nearly as much as it wanted. Skin Wolves are back in. Throg also re-opting into the fight, and they're just poking down that big boy. More pink horrors taking damage. One of them finally faded away. The blue horrors on the front line are still holding, however, and the Exalted Great Unclean One takes like a quarter of this Shaman Sorcerer's health with 1 hit. Jesus. Yeah, he's wrecking that fool. Big terror routes coming in. Everybody from Norska starts routing, and that could be a problem. We have some Skin Wolves trying to stay in the fight. Marauders, too, as everybody abandons the battlefield on the side of Norska, leaving just Throg all alone. Narcissism nets him in place as the Chromatic Abominations and the Sour Guts try and line up shots onto him. Foe Seeker rejuvenates a bit of that vigor to keep him in the fight for now. But he's taking big damage as blue horrors are going to surround him. He's trying to get back into the fight, try to get away from these melee units by closing the gap on them, but another Fleshy Abundance is going to heal up the Exalted Great Unclean One. Norska does need to rally, need to come back and save Throg, as more demonic units are getting killed off. There's a Burning Head, but Throg is terror routing right now. He's going to trundle away for a bit. Skin Wolves are back in. The demons are danger low on stats, especially that one that is going to demonic instability right now. So if Throg can delay for a bit. He has plenty of healing left to get if he just allows himself to do so, but he does not. He dives back in with his Skin Wolves to fight the Exalted Great Unclean One again. Doesn't give a single shit about that, as more blue horrors are fading away. Cascading Fire Cloak is up for Throg. More damage, more melee defense continues to pound down this Exalted Great Unclean One, while the Chromatic Abominations put on guard mode, ignore the Shaman Sorcerer of Fire, and shoot in on the Skin Wolves, lowering their leadership, lowering that healing, and doing a little bit of damage. There they both go. One shatters, the other one just routes. Marauders still trying to offer that little bit of support as the Sour Guts plus the Exalted Great Unclean One get another Horn of Corn, trying to support them against Throg as Throg continues to kick ass and take names, but it won't be enough, as it looks like his troll leadership is going to abandon him. King of Trolls, yes, but still a troll. Still a little cowardly on the spectrum of things. He is sticking awful close to that Great Unclean One as he routes, but it looks like he will get away, will regenerate up, and hopefully return to the fight. More Norscan units are shattering as other ones pile in to try and deal with the Sour Guts, try and deal with the Chromatic Abominations. And does this guy have another Burning Head at him? I imagine not, considering the fact that he's been using Cascading Fire Cloaks too, and Shamans don't have any Winds of Magic regen buffs. He routes. Norska's overall routing. Demons of Chaos piling back in, but that'll be army losses here. And GG. $2,200 on Pigman's Lord. $1,800 on the Blood Crusher ROR. Screamers did okay. Fleshhounds did okay. Pink Horrors did pretty darn well. And the Blue Horrors did good. They did good. Who's messaging me right now? Okay. Throg, 2,600 value, which is really good for Throg. The Armored Skin Wolves did not get a lot done considering their increased price point. Dogs did pretty well, and then Marauders mostly got destroyed too. But the Skin Wolves, unfortunately, just are not good here with that physical resistance not doing anything for them. I think like 2 is okay, but 4 and Armored Skin Wolves is pretty brutal. What up, Patatsuke? What up, what up? So go over to the Photoshop. We will see if there's anything that we got from that one as I delete that replay as it has now been cast. No Sword of Corn. Human gets army losses right. I didn't predict that one. Prediction is like ahead of time. I say like this, then this are going to happen, and then army losses will trigger. Not just saying army losses is triggering right now, so I fucking got it. Yeah, we didn't get it. We didn't get anything there. Next up, we got F&G on the World Walkers versus Superb Fairy Wren, also known as Lenorm. You wish demons were allowed on ladder? It is weird that they're still not. High Elves and Norska. And wait, did F&G lie to me? Oh, Mammoth. I see. He took Wulfric on the Mammoth. Okay. F&G had DM'd me and said I was going to like this one. So, yeah. Okay, what do we got here? For Norska, we have Marauders mixed with Marauder Champions across the front line. Hell yeah. Norscan Warhounds and Armored Skin Wolves. Wulfric the Wanderer up on his Mammoth with Seafang. Then a Skin Wolf Werekin, Shaman Sorcerer of Metal with Plague of Rust and Searing Doom. And Glittering Robe, interestingly enough. Some dogs for support too. On the other side for the High Elves, we have a front line of Spearmen, the stalwart front line of most High Elf builds. Some Lothern Sea Guard, a couple Silver Helms and Illyrian Reavers. Then we have a regular Star Dragon with Teclis on foot. Net, Flaming Sword of Ruin, and his Bound Fiery Convocation. No, wait, why did you take Teclis and a Star Dragon but you didn't bring Regrowth on Teclis? Like, I'll take it for the interest of casting wise, but what was the point of this combo? Marauder Champion's gonna get netted, so that triggers the Kindle Flame passive that Teclis has, and then the Kindle Flame passive will help this Bound Phoenix thing do more damage, as it does a really good amount to those Marauder champions. Honestly, probably already paying for the Bound Arcane Unforging, or whatever, sorry, a Fiery Convocation. 400 damage value on Teclis is pretty good for a Bound spell. I guess he had to use the net too, but you get the point. Wulfric charges straight through the front line, rolling these Spearmen. With a Sea Fang piled in there too, and we get a Flaming Sword of Ruin out for these Marauders and Wulfric and the armored, the Skinwolf Werekin. The Skinwolf is out of his depth right now, however. Ooh, the Flaming Sword was on this side. I forgot. Norska didn't bring that this time, so, ooh, yeah, Star Dragon gonna do some extra damage here. Magic attacks to get through the Skinwolf Werekin's physical resistance, just like we talked about last game. Meanwhile, Silver Helms and Illyrian Reavers trying to stop the Norskin mobility presence, and that is extremely difficult, especially against armored Skinwolves. I've lost this a lot as High Elves, because some people used to think that this was an even matchup, and I don't really know how I feel about it, but I know whenever I play it as Norska, it feels really good, and it's because of this. High Elves not having any armor-piercing cavalry just means when you take armored Skinwolves, you trash whatever they bring, and it's pretty funny. Glittering Robe on Wulfric, giving him 130 armor, plus physical resist and magic resistance. Physical resistance? Yeah, he had a bit from Rage, I see. Well, he's trying to stop all his archers from doing too much damage to him. Meanwhile, Norska continues to push in. Spearmen not having a good time, which is not usual for the High Elves. Usually their front line is big chillin', but Sea Fang plus Mammoth plus Marauder champions has made it quite a bad time to be a High Elf Spearman. Wulfric is surrounded by Lothern Seaguard right now, and a Star Dragon dives in to get a little bit of a duel with him. Net of Amnatok trying to keep him in place, but really, the High Elves didn't get too much out of that. He has tons of support from these Skinwolves and the Skinwolf Werekins. It's not like he's completely surrounded by Lothern Seaguard or anything. And the Sea Fang plus the Searing Doom going to do a lot of damage to these High Elf units. This is a crisp Norskin rush so far. Feeling good. There's some Marauder champions just chilling and fighting Spearmen, but whatever. They'll be there for you in the late game. Norskin Ice Wolf's going to chase off some Silver Helms of Spearmen. Wulfric's still vibing with a lot of his health, considering he has no healing. That is rather impressive. Teclis is surrounded on all sides by Marauders and Skinwolves, and a Shaman Sorcerer Meta. And can the Star Dragon really do anything? I have not seen a non-mounted dragon do well in, like, a millennia. So my initial thought is no. No, the Star Dragon will not do enough to justify paying for itself. Skinwolves plus Lothern Seaguard were both terror routing, so I guess everybody's just terror routing over there as Wulfric goes down the line and terror routes / regular routes more and more things. High Elves looking increasingly desperate, and that is with a rather expensive Footlord just chilling at full HP, which definitely inflates your balance of power, which when you're down on balance of power, that's a big negative. Teclis tries to throw out his Bound Fiery Convocation #2 through the lines. Without a net combo or a nice even line formation, this really isn't going to do that much damage as it just rolls through and does almost nothing. Wulfric's going to take out the last Lothern Seaguard, and without them, everything for the High Elves is routing besides some Silver Helms, the Star Dragon, and Teclis. I think it will be pretty quick defeat from that point. Oh, we have some Spearmen on the lower screen. I forgot about them. Didn't meta. What up, Cuden? Almost 1,000 value on Wulfric. Almost. Mammoths, please. Come on, Mammoths. Because how much of that value was from both of his Sea Fangs? Ugh. Mammoths need, like, Jabberscythe levels of infantry killing on the charge. That would make them good. For Superb Fairy Run, Teclis and the Star Dragon just was not the sauce. Lothern Seaguard did okay. Spearmen, I mean, they did what Spearmen are supposed to do, but that's not carry a whole game for you. It was really the High Elves had to have these two carry, and they just don't, which is usually why you don't see them these days. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? So we have a Mammoth sighting. Boop, boop. Game did not end in 4 minutes. 2 games in a row without elves. I have to remember that one. I have to remember that one, because that was going to be a toughie, alright? If you're in the current meta of people that send me shit, it's elves, baby. Everyone sends me elves. Sure, let's do this. We got Big JP, a Patreon subscriber. and Pigman 202 with Nakari. And one Fiend! One Fiend! Look at the Photoshop! Not two! We almost got that one again! Not two! God damn it. I love how much we're teasing that square. Uses its fire to mess up Skin Wolves. Maybe, I've just noticed, the Phoenixes are a decent unit. I don't want to shit-talk them, but in that specific matchup, they don't have a lot of DPS. They do a lot of disruption. But Norska doesn't care if you disrupt anything. They're mostly a melee faction, and they have really good mobility presence. So even if you disrupt, like, Marauder Hunters with Javelins or something, Skinwolves or Dogs could easily run back there and wreck your Phoenixes. So, I don't know. Anyway, for this matchup, we do have two Chaos Furies of Slaanesh that are about to get wrecked by Onyx Croman. Nakari, and then some Fiends, some Chaos Knights, triple Exalted Demonette, including the Bringer's Beguilement, and that is it, a very small build. As Croman, look at this! Look at this! When people, no, shut up. When people come to me and they say, what about Furies, human boy? Look at this shit! -3 leadership. I have 4,000 out of 5,000 HP. I'm at 80% HP, and I'm gonna Demonic Instability Crumble? That's a good unit. That looks like a good fucking unit to me, as this one just straight up kills itself because the big bad boogeyman got close to touching it, so it had to die, and the other one dies too. That's 1,200 value just gone. Fiends are in. Dive onto Jade Warrior crossbows. I didn't get to mention the Cathay build because this shit started right away. Peasant Long Spears, 1 cannon, some archers, Iron Hill Gunners, the Wretched Lance of Wei Jin, 2 Onyx Croman, one of which, no, neither is the ROR, and we do have Miao Ying with Earthblood and Flesh to Stone. Fiends already down to half HP as Chaos Knights try and get involved. Exalted Demonettes will rip through the Jade Warrior frontline despite whatever their stats think they can say, and a Fascination Tier 1 army ability of Slaanesh does already rampage the Iron Hail Gunners, while a Pavane of Slaanesh rampages the other one. So both Iron Hail Gunners getting rampaged off is a good start for the forces of Slaanesh. Fiends getting real close to that Demonic Instability crumbling themselves. Both Furies are officially gone, even the ones in the background. Chaos Knights and Exalted Demonettes getting through the Jade Warrior frontline rather quickly. One's already routing. Iron Hail Gunners also going to route. And now Chaos Knights of Slaanesh are rolling through the back line, charging these guys. Big impact damage as they go straight through, down onto the Peasant Spearmen. Not as much impact damage on that secondary target, but we'll see if they stay in this fight for too long. Fiends are chilling next to Nakari, and Nakari is trying to kill something entirely to get to that buff. As the Righteous Lances of Wei Jin got caught in some Exalted Demonettes and Fiends and Nakari, and they get wrecked. Nakari is back through these guys too. He's going to rout them all off as well. Everybody's routing. It's looking bad for ye old Grand Cathay. Does the team have to win to get their bingo? Nah. It just, whatever the bingo card says. Because some of the bingo card says, like, a Khorne win, in which case, of course, Khorne would have to win. This is the bad part for Grand Cathay, if it happens to you. Usually if Cathay wins a game, it's before you even break their box at all, but if you do break through the formation, they have a tough time getting their shit together. As most of the range is already shut down, one Jade Warrior crossbow is holding on to give these guys a little bit of that harmony buff. But the Exalted Demonettes are not to be denied, especially because Miao Ying didn't bring any damage spells, so it's not like she can catch the Exalted Demonettes in a blob and kill one off with Talons of Night Overcast or something. She has 2 healing spells. Well, a Lore of Life spell, I guess, but it's Flesh to Stone. Exalted Demonette still chewing through these guys as Cathay just piles up dudes trying to get some kills out here. And Iron Hail Gunner does rally, getting insane damage on a Nakari. That was honestly like a 600, 700 gold volley from an almost dead unit because Nakari is so squishy but so expensive. Aside from that, though, Slaanesh is in a really good spot this game. I mean, they're running most of the things down across the map, which is charging up their army passive even more and killing off Cathay, obviously. Most of Cathay's strength is in Miao Ying, who can be mostly ignored. And then this blob, which is currently getting cycle charged by Chaos Knights. And Nakari's going to come over here, get a big charge down, and tear out a ton of stuff off. There we go. Nakari's here. 3 things tear her out. There they go. And if Nakari and the lads can turn it into a real route, then that is everything besides Miao Ying of value is off the map. Going to times 2 fast forward for a little bit, as there will be a bit of Benny Hill chasing, I imagine. And that is it. GG. What was the game time? I didn't catch if it was 4 minutes or not. Shit. Anyway, Good execution on how to break a box. Chaos Furies did nothing and died. Fiends did okay. Chaos Knights did okay, but it really was the triple Exalted Demonettes. Coops made them popular. Well, popular is a strong word, but when people play Slaanesh, I do see a lot of Exalted Demonettes, and Coops is the first one I know to bring them. They're pretty stalwart. I mean, obviously, if your opponent has Burning Head or plenty of archers in time to shoot at you, it's going to be a bad time, but usually Slaanesh players have to do some combos, like we saw there, where Pigman rampaged both of the Iron Hail Gunners, one with an army ability, one with a spell, so they couldn't shoot N'Kari, and then focused his knights on keeping those crossbows offline so they couldn't just shoot the Exalted Demonettes, because the Exalted Demonettes will die very quickly under fire like that. For Cathay, Onyx Crowman did okay. Jador Crossbows honestly still did okay, considering they only cost 650, I think. If they're the unshielded ones, then yeah, that's 650. Shielded ones are 700. Iron Hail Gunners both still almost managed to pay for themselves. Over to the Photoshop, did we get anything? 2 games in a row with no elves. So that was game number 1. If the next game I cast happens to have no elves, I can get one. Lord 6k value? No, N'Kari didn't even get 2k. Human Boy yes makes bad content. But I don't, so I'll never get that square. Alright, rip. N'Kari versus Grand Cathay. Delete that because we just cast it. And then scroll and click randomly. Lizardmen versus Chaos Dwarves. Okay, we'll get the 2 elves in a row from this one, but still. That is Gorok. Why is that Gorok? Why is Gorok here? Fiend's actually there for Mastiff. Attack penetrating box. Yeah. Okay. Okay. For Sir Groot and the Lizardmen, we do have Gorok. Oh, Gorok. Just brought the Rockavica for his only ability, otherwise he is cheap as can be. 5 Skink Skirmishers, some Feral Cold Ones on the flanks. Do have a couple Kroxigors, one of which is Sacred Court of Hwaddle. Clostodon Hunters, more Feral Cold Ones, but I don't see a Rev Crystal, so I don't see any healing for these guys at all. We do have 2 Ripperdactyls on the flanks, and a Skink Priest of Beasts with Flock of Doom and Amber Spear. On the other side, for the Chaos Dwarves, we have a Demon Smith Sorcerer of Metal up on his mount, an Iron Demon, Astrogoth Iron Hand, but with no spells or abilities. Okay. Hobgoblin Cutthroats, then some Chaos Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, the Granite Guard, an Inferno Guard of Fireglaves, and a Bull Centaur Render. Okay, this is a take one of everything build, but also it feels very inefficient to me. I don't know if he's just messing around and having a good time, which is fine, but paying for a caster hero while also paying for a caster lord, but then not taking any spells in the caster lord, strikes me as what the fuck, why would you do that? Amber Spear, down the side, even from a flying angle, did about almost half the HP of the Granite Guard, which is kind of nuts. Usually only see that when these guys are on foot, so they can get down the line pretty easily, but good job there. Regular Iron Demon, trying to harass the Skinks, but it is getting harassed in return. I imagine he took the Demon Smith Sorcerer for the Reforge, or whatever, the heal. Nope, he didn't. There's no heal here. Alright, I can't justify it. There's no reason to do this. Clostodon just trying to catch this Demon Smith Sorcerer of Metal, but he is going to huff and puff away. Uh-oh, he got caught. This might be a quick and untimely end for our Demon Smith friend unless he gets moving, which he is trying to. Iron Demons chasing down all of these skirmishers as Kroxigors try and cut it off for a little bit. Just lock it down, get some damage out while Hobgoblin Cutthroats chase down these Skinks. So Lizardmen are kiting away, but it doesn't seem very effective as the Kroxigors get wrecked, and these Hobgoblin Cutthroats are taking almost no damage from the Skinks. There we go. Demon Smith Sorcerer stopped to fight the Colossal Hunters for a little bit. Took a lot of damage, but now the Granite Guard and Inferno Guard Fireglaves are pushing those guys off, so overall it ended up being a good trade. Amber Spear! Yeah, not as good damage the first time, but man, he tried. He tried his damnedest. Iron Demon still taking a little bit of poke. Skinks mostly missing, honestly. Don't know what they're shooting at, but they're not hitting a lot of it. Overcasted Final Transmutation hits the Clawston Hunters and the Skink Priestess Beast, doing pretty decent damage over there. And overall, I'd say the early game is going to the Chaos Dwarves. Feral Cold Ones route off a Hobgoblin Cutthroat, but it looks like the Bull Centaur Renders and Chaos Dwarf Warriors will take care of them in short order, because they're going to rampage to their death over there. Ripperdactyls coming to help with this fight. They are armor-piercing, but they're anti-infantry. Won't be as good versus the Iron Demon as Clawston Hunters might be, but they will help Gorok fight Astragoth. And once again, Gorok has a bunch of physical resistance, and none of it's going to help him versus Astragoth, who has magic damage. But Gorok does have... Stop doing that. He has 55% physical resistance because the Rokavitsa is active. So really that ability does nothing for him in this matchup, because the Iron Demon also has magic damage, so it doesn't matter. Guess I shouldn't talk too much shit, though, because currently Gorok is punking Astragoth, because Astragoth didn't bring any of his abilities! Why did you take him if you weren't going to take the abilities? Oh, I don't understand! Hobgoblin Cutthroats are all getting routed off. The Granite Guard having a bad time versus some Feral Cold Ones. And Gorok is chasing down Astragoth, who is not having a good time pathing out of all of these Kroxigors who are surrounding him. Bull Centaur Renders have committed to the fight to try and help out a little bit. These are the regular variant, though, so they only have 32 melee attack. They don't have any bonus versus large or anything to speak of on that front. Skink Skirmishers trying to kill off the Demon Smith of Metal. Yes, the Demon Smith Sorcerer of Metal. Still have some healthy Ripperdactyls chasing him around. The bounce power is actually shifting a little bit in the favor of the Chaos Dwarves, coming back to the center-ish now. What are you? Infernal Guard with Fireglaves under attack by a different Ripperdactyl rider. It looks like it was this one, as they're about to get routing. Clawston Hunters back in the fight for now, but it looks like they will also be pushed off rather soon. I heard the choo-choo of a train, which has taken a lot of damage. More power getting it through here. Flock of Doom cast from the Beastcaster wherever he is, doing some damage to these Chaos Dwarf Warriors, Astragoth, and the Bull Centaur Render. Skinks are free and clear to shoot at those Bull Centaur Renders, get a little bit more damage onto them as these Ripperdactyls chase down the Demon Smith Sorcerer and continue to harass the Chaos Dwarves. At this point, this Infernal Guard Fireglaves is still quite healthy, able to do a lot of damage. Maybe they can carry this game, but otherwise the Chaos Dwarves are running out of gas as Astragoth is about to die to Gorok. Gorok, a little bit better of a melee combatant than Astragoth. Overall, he also usually had more support, surrounded by Kroxigors and such. So Astragoth wanders off with 100 HP, still getting poked by Skinks. We'll see if they can actually finish him off as Ripperdactyl Riders take one last fight against Demon Smith Sorcerer, but he'll rout them off just fine. Ripperdactyls fighting to the last versus the Granite Guard. Almost get rid of them as Infernal Guard Fireglaves has taken a lot of damage from these Feral Cold Ones while we weren't looking. How much damage value do you guys have? Not you. 360. Not as much as I thought, but still okay. They're doing alright. Kroxigors are back to fight more Chaos Dwarf Warriors. Bull Centaur Renders are trying to find their place in the world as all of these skirmish gates continue to just poke away at them. Bounce power is getting a little worse here for our friends. And what's going on with this animation? What's this about? What's happening right here? What is this? Someone tell me what this is. What is this? I saw an Amber Spear over there do nothing, but I saw it. What is this? What's right here? Am I having a stroke? Is this one of those stroke moments? 48 HP on Astragoth. He will die to these Skinks soon. 16, so he's going to die any second now. That'll lower the Chaos Dwarf Warrior leadership. These guys are barely clinging on as it is, and if Astragoth dies, which he just did, they're going to rout off. Beastcaster pushed away by the Demon Smith Sorcerer of Metal as he continues to get shot a little bit by these Skinks beneath him. The Bull Centaur Renders are still going deep. Gorok is chilling. Fighting his way through some Fireglaves. He's actually going to rout them, which is huge for Lizardman. The land is angry. It's AAA programming. Did you see that CD Waddle bug I just posted? Yeah, I saw it. I was going to make a video on it. I wasn't going to cast it for this. Alright, the Iron Demon's trying to carry. It is unbreakable, so it doesn't care. Bull Centaur Render is still committed to the fight. They still have a lot of leadership. They're very elite units. Even without Astragoth, they'll fight pretty much to the end. We have one healthy Chaos Dwarf Warrior to support those two units. The Demon Smith Sorcerer is still around, still a flying monster, has some breath attacks, one breath attack left, but his leadership and his HP are very low. For Lizardmen, we still have some Skinks with ammunition and chaff bodies. Kroxigors are getting a little low on HP, and there are no healing sources for them on this roster right now. No Rev Crystal, no Slann, no nothing. And the bounce power is factoring in a full health Gorok, which you and I know does not actually mean a lot. That is some cope. That is some copium. Now, he got good damage fighting Astrogoth, but I have questions why Astrogoth was even here. That's a different question. Hey, I see you robbed a bank. You must be a pretty good bank robber. Yeah, I mean, the bank left the door open and the gems on the floor pre-bagged, and my getaway car was an armored truck that's unmarked and untraceable by the FBI, but I am a pretty good bank robber when all of those things are true. That's how I feel about Gorok right now. Yeah, he's a pretty good duelist if your opponent takes an expensive duelist mage, but without any of the spells, just making him a half-assed mage. Why? Why was Astrogoth here? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Chaos Dwarf Warriors look like they're about to rout, and with them, the Bull Centaur Runners will also get going. Gorok is beating the pace out of this Iron Demon, as it is taking big damage. These were shadow nerfed. There wasn't a specific nerf that said anything, but Iron Demons have not been the world-beating absolute killers that they used to be. And that's fine. That's okay. I'm surprised the bounce power is even this favorable for the Chaos Dwarves, as literally the only thing not routing is this Demon Smith Sorcerer now that the train's dead. Does the game think that he's going to carry it? Does it? What's he going to do? If this skink fires one volley at him, he dies. What's he going to do? Well, he doesn't die. He routs, but you get the point. Ooh, Final Transmutation. That's nice. Is it overcast, though? It's overcast, and it does overcast damage, and then he gets shot by skinks. A disaster of RNG. He routs, and the game ends. Damn, dude. Slightly obnoxious Kiwi and their viewers joined. Say hello. No, I won't. I won't. I'll thank them. Thank you for joining. I refuse to say hello. Can't tell me what to do. All right. For Sir Groot, Gorok, 1700 value. Really good for that character. Ripperdactyls did fine. Beastcaster did actually pretty darn well for himself. And then Feral Cold Ones and the Skirmish Kinks did well. GG. For Raced, I don't know, man. I don't know what this was. Demon Smith Sorcerer got good value in the end, so good for him. Bull Centaur Runners did great. Granite Guard did okay. Infernal Guard did great. Iron Demon did great, but like the rest of this, what are we doing? What are we doing? What if I offer you money? Offer me money to say hello to somebody else's fans? Excuse me. Excuse me! It's not how we do things. Alright, let me find that so I delete it before I forget what we just cast. What was it? There it is. Okay, so for our bingo progress, we did cast 2 games in a row with no elves. And Coop said there's a second one. What am I looking for here? Lizardmen, no Slon, no Shredder. Oh, you're right. Holy cats. We got 2. So far, none of our hints are progressing towards the same bingo. But whatever. But whatever. It's fine. Alright, let's do this. Cuden versus Pegaz. Pegaz is also known as Lucinia on our Discord. Hey, Zariok the tank. Human boy, are you wine drunk? No, dude, this is tea. This is tea, brother. I had thought about making a vodka tonic about 7:30, so in half an hour. Okie dokie dokie. What do we got? What do we got? Wait. Let me pull up the bingo for 1 second. This, something about the Tzeentch build. There was a Tzeentch something. Tzeentch, but no Severed Claw or Mutalith. This doesn't have either. And Khorne W. Alright, I'm rooting for Khorne. Let's go. Let's get another twofer. Khorne win plus Tzeentch with no Severed Claw. Let's go. I hope they win. The Tzeentch player sent in the replay, so the odds are slightly in their favor, but you never know. You never know. Some people are chat enough to send in losses. Okay, what do we got here? For Tzeentch, it is 5 Forsaken of Tzeentch, 3 spawn, one of which is a weird spawn, a Shrieking Skyray Screamer, ROR. We have the gold... I double-clicked on the desert, and that makes me go flying over there. Golden Griffin of Theurgy, with its Bound, Gehenna's Golden Hounds, and Searing Doom. And then we have a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Tzeentch, with Sword of Change, Infernal Gateway, and Blue Fire. On the other side, we have motherfucking Skarbrand, my favorite lord, maybe in the game? Not lore-wise, but his model is beautiful and his animations are gorgeous. He sucks ass, but he is very cool. We have the Brutes of the Hound, a front line of Chaos Warriors or Marauders? Marauders, triple Minotaur, and then 4 Fleshhounds to do some flanking. 3 Fleshhounds and 2 Chaos Warhounds, but you get the point. It is a big old line battle. Everything you need to know is happening on this tiny amount of space. Look over there, nothing. Look over there, nothing. Look right here, 24,000 gold value of nonsense piling into each other to end this game as fast as possible. And a potential Demon Prince W? No, there's no Demon Prince here. Skarbrand's a legendary lord. He doesn't count. He doesn't count. So far, Tzeentch is winning the frontline fight, which is generally how I feel about Khorne right now. It makes me sad that Tzeentch can beat him in the melee. And I know it's Forsaken versus Marauders, but it's Khorne for the love of God. Anyway, nice Searing Doom from the Golden Chicken of Theurgy. And the Weird Spawn are kicking the shit out of Skarbrand as he gets hit in the back with a blue fire as well. He does have Brutes of the Hound support, and those Forsaken just routed so they can run up and help him out a little bit. Skarbrand is going to live his best life for a little bit here. What did he just pop? What did he do? Horn of Khorne is active on him. Oh, he brought nothing. That is a naked Skarbrand. Rip. A lot of dogs are piling up back here fighting the same Forsaken. Some of them need to go rear charge the Weird Spawn because they would actually get a lot of damage out, but they're actually going to get Golden Hounds instead. So these 3 Fleshhounds all being right on top of each other is a big mistake from Khorne. It's actually going to cost them quite a lot. As another blue fire hits Skarbrand, he continues to try and fight his way out, but Demonic Instability Crumbling is going to take him too young, too early. Oh, he rallies for just a second. He's fighting back. And the Golden Goose is taking a lot of damage. The Brutes of the Hound plus the Minotaur's a corner here to do damage to the Weird Spawn as well. But Skarbrand, he's falling low again. No! Demonic Instability, fuck you, no! Tier 2 army ability, please! Oh, he rallies. He's back. He's back. Fleshhounds, please rear charge the Weird Spawn. Do so much more damage. No! Tier 2 army ability, Skarbrand! Save him! Somebody save him! Save the boy! No! He died! He died! Why did you let him die? You had enough kill. I know you did. You could have saved him. You bitches. Didn't have to be this way. My boy. And now without Skarbrand, the Chaos Warhounds get routing. Some of the Marauders get routing. The Minotaurs get routing. Everybody's leaving. Because Skarbrand's dead. So what's the point in living anymore? Says them in the video game, not in real life. There is a real point in living. There are plenty of hotlines to help you if you're having issues with that. But in the video game, there's no reason to go on. Fleshhounds start crumbling out of nowhere as Forsaken and Spawn fight back. They're taking too much damage, and this Minotaur that's at half HP is continuing to fight it out, continuing to do their very best with the Brutes of the Hound supporting them. It is a close game overall, but it gets a lot less close when Demonic Instability decides to tip the balance in one favor. As these Fleshhounds start to leave the fight, they actually have a little bit of leadership left. Oh, they're chilling. Oh, they're vibing. Shrieking Skyray is getting good damage out. Blue Fire hits the Minotaurs in the face. They're going to rout pretty soon. And that'll be GG. Cuden, why you got to cast it? Because, I don't know, it was in the folder. Feels like it could be a 4-minute battle too. 14 seconds. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Surrender Khorne. 6, 5, 4. Dude, just give up. 3, 2, 1. Damn it, Cuden. Damn it. Why didn't you just give up? All right. Fleshhounds are going to kill off some of these Chaos Spawn, though Demonic Instability is taking them too soon. Army Losses takes care of them now. Army Losses takes care of them now. After 4.5 minutes. Missed the thing. God damn it. All right. Golden Goose did fine. Spawn did pretty good. Forsaken of Tzeentch did pretty darn good. And the Shrieking Skyrus did amazing. Whew. For Cuden, Skarbrand did okay value-wise. His Minos did well. Brutes of the Hound did really well. The Fleshhounds piled up a little bit, which hurt him quite a lot. And then Marauders of Khorne just sucked and died. As they usually do. Does that count as an army loss prediction being wrong? I mean, sure, but the Photoshop says I get it right. It's much less likely I get it right than I get it wrong. I can incorrectly guess army losses all fucking day. It's not that hard. All right, we got Zinch, but no Severed Claw or Mutilative. We missed the game ending in 4 minutes or less, and we missed the Corn W. Oh, and someone brought this up before. No Caster W and Corn W are not the same. Because that was just an oversight on my part, but that doesn't count. The spirit of the no Caster Square is you could have, but you didn't. Corn can't take one. That feels like cheating. Oh, also in another game where we could have had 2 Blood Crushers, but we didn't. Alright. Where was that? Where was that? This replay folder is too big. I can't find it. Ooh, I found the next replay, though. That's going to be lit as soon as I find this frickin' thing to get rid of. I'm not getting pissed off, but I'm getting kind of pissed off. Where is it? Wait! Where the fuck is this replay? No! Why can't I find it? Okay, calm down. Stop scrolling around. Corn and Zinch. Corn and Zinch. Corn and Zinch. Did I delete it already? Oh, it's just labeled ASDAADS. Okay, thanks. Thanks, very helpful naming system. Go to hell. All right, now where's that thing I just saw that actually looked really cool? VC versus Wood Elves. Butcherbird. No, Butcherbird has Bretonnia. Boo! 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 Casting the Wood Elf one. Screw that. Screw that noise. We got Shogunnik versus Persian Warrior. Vampire Counts versus Wood Elves. What up, GS? Any chance you can collaborate with Falcon Paladin? Who is that? You guys are not helpful. Y'all are mean. Y'all are mean. If you like Total War Warhammer multiplayer content, mostly land battle focused, if you like live tournaments, daily replays, somewhat weekly bug videos, and other silly streams like this, be sure to subscribe. I have some people typing in chat I'm not used to seeing, so maybe you guys have been subscribed for a while and just haven't seen you. If you haven't subscribed, why? I mean, that's fine. That's your prerogative. But also, YouTube, like, literally only cares about subscribers. That's all they care about. They don't care about anything else. All right. Vampire Counts, Wood Elves. We got 2 Direwolves, 2 Blood Knights, a 3rd Direwolf, which is the Dire Pack, 2 Vargheists, Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, Up in the Sky, Skeleton Warriors, and Zombies across the front line, including the Tithe, and some Skeleton Spears. On the side of the Wood Elves, we do have a Sister of the Thorn, shooting at a Fellbat that I forgot to mention. 2 Sisters of the Thorn total, 2 Wild Riders, one of which is the Wild Hunters of Kurnos, a front line of Eternal Guard, and then triple Way Watcher with a Spellweaver of High Magic, almost ticking a bingo square, but she did bring Apotheosis, because the lore of High Magic without Apotheosis is very rare. Whenever you see High Magic, it's always Apotheosis. This is just Apotheosis. Dire Pack get a fight with Sisters of the Thorn, which is amazing for them. Their anti-large plus their cheaper cost point just makes this a great trade that they can take to the bank. Sister of the Thorn costs like twice as much as this whole unit does. They're taking big damage. That Tempest plus the Way Watchers did a lot of damage to our Blood Dragon friend. Ooey owie. Should have picked Dowie as an Apotheosis tries to bail out the Sister of the Thorn. They also have some bound spells, but none of those bound spells actually offer healing. Eternal Guard going to push off all of these dogs. And I wonder what the triple Way Watchers are going to do with their time. 0 volleys from these guys can go into zombies, or the Wood Elves will lose this game. All of their volleys need to go into Vargheist, the Blood Dragon Lord, and the Blood Knights. Maybe the Dire Pack. But if they shoot dogs, if they shoot zombies, this game is over. Because they're going to need all of the Way Watcher ammunition for DPS. You remember this game? You weren't in this one. This was Persian Warrior. You had a Bretonnian versus Vampire Counts game that I skipped because it had Grail Knights, which are gross. Hey, CJ. If Humeboy only uploads a weekly bug video, he's going to fall way behind. Fair. Another Tempest hitting some Vargeists. Tempest in Game 3 is much better at punishing single entities than blobs of things. I originally put it on one of my lists for the worst spells in the entire game, and it has not received buffs since then, but people have been taking it. Look at that damage! People have been taking it, and it does really well against single entities, but look how little damage it did to the Vargeist for like 10 Winds of Magic. That's why it was on the list, but I didn't realize that it got switched to a single entity spell. Because against single entities, it does okay. Not amazing, but like Spirit Leech levels of damage on a flying character in an AoE for only 2 more Winds of Magic than Spirit Leech, it's fine. It's not like a great spell, but it's fine. But man, the Waywatchers really pressure that Blood Dragon Lord off whenever he comes near. Sister Thorn also doing a bit of kiting, and the Vampire counts are trying to slowly waddle in here. Positives for them is their Blood Knights are still very healthy. Their Vargeists are also chilling. But that's about it. Their front line's engaged, but I mean, it's all chaff. It's not going to do anything as it gets to these Eternal Guard. Oh! Huge breath attack from the Blood Dragon Lord, but a counterfire from the Waywatchers, getting his heal cap to already appear 4 minutes into this game. He's going to have to be careful. Man, if these Blood Knights can actually find a fight, they're going to have a field day. They are scared of nothing on this roster in Melee. Direwolves getting dove on by the Wild Hunters of Kurnoss and the other Wild Riders. Them getting a charge is very good for them. They can do a lot of damage with that impact difference. But here comes what the Vampire counts have been waiting for. They've been so patiently advancing, and now they finally pull the trigger on actually diving the Waywatchers, who just delete a Vargeist. Oh, it's so much damage! Curse of Honor here, debuffing everybody in this little blob for a bit. It was one of the bound spells of these Sisters of the Thorn. As the Blood Dragon Lord has gotten very far away to heal up for a little bit without threat of being tempested or hit with these Waywatchers. But he's not here to throw down summons right behind these Waywatchers so that they can't escape. He's not here to do a breath attack. He's not here to use a Helm of Discord. So his absence is very much noted. But the Blood Knight's still going to have a great time. They have good stats and good armor anti-large. What they lack is armor piercing, but that literally doesn't matter here versus the Wood Elves. A Tempest is thrown down on the blob. It will affect any unit that can fly. So it's hitting one Vargeist right now because the other one just faded away. It's still a little bit of damage, but I really would have preferred that to be kept. Because now the Blood Dragon Lord, he comes up immediately. As soon as that Tempest is off cooldown, on cooldown, and the Waywatchers are tied up, he shows right up. He was hanging back until that Tempest got cast, then he flew right over here. So now we have zombie summons, we have breath attacks again, we have a Helm of Discord. That Tempest getting thrown out willy-nilly might cost the Wood Elves a lot. Helm of Discord is down as Blood Dragon Lord charges in with all of his buffs. He's here to play for what little time he has as the Waywatchers get run down. One is already out of the game, and we have some Blood Knights who broke out of the blob and are going to path straight onto these other Waywatchers. They're ignoring the Wood Elf Cavalry entirely. They know that these Waywatchers have to die or their Lord will. Blood Dragon Lord is chilling. Something happened to Spellweaver of High Magic. It looks like she got surrounded by Blood Knights in this blob and is taking a ton of damage. And if she gets routed off, that's no more healing for the Wood Elves, but also that threat of Tempest on this guy is gone. So she's gone. If the Waywatchers stay gone, the Blood Dragon Lord will live to see the end of this game. As the zombies and skeletons press into this fight. Elsewhere, they're losing to Eternal Guard. They don't really care that much. One Waywatcher is still up and alive. And the Wild Hunters of Kurnoss are coming back here to try and punish these Blood Knights, try and peel them off for the last Waywatcher to stay alive. We don't have all three, and obviously that hurts, but maybe one Waywatcher getting a couple volleys on the Blood Dragon Lord could turn this game back around, but the Blood Knights are force pathing onto them, and some zombies have gotten between the Wild Hunters of Kurnoss and those Blood Knights, spelling probably the doom of the Wood Elves. I don't see them coming back from this point. You can still dodge via landing, kinda? No, the damage still follows you down. It doesn't matter. All that matters to a unit is if it can fly, not if it is flying. Itatsuki? Fair. For Shogunnik, it was a very patient game. The Wood Elves got a lot of damage out early, but he didn't panic. He stuck to his game plan, and that's good. That's real good. Shogunnik is not, like, the best of the best players, but that is a quality of a lot of the best Vampire Counts players is patience. Back in the day with, like, Void Laws and them, it was not fun to watch. Not fun to watch at all. But you couldn't deny the results. And the best Vampire Counts players slow the game way down. Way, way, way down. Yeah, so Shogunnik doing that is good. Because he's a player that's been improving. So, I'm glad. Because, like, a less A less veteran player or like a less good player, seeing his Lord taking that much damage, would have immediately piled the Vargeist and Blood Knights straight into spears to just try and like suicide dive the Way Watchers, but he just pulled his Lord really far back, healed him up, and waited for his flank to get completed, and that's really, really good. You love to see it. I mean, he still made mistakes other places. I'm not saying it's the perfect game, but it was good. A lot can be learned there if you're trying to learn vampire counts. For the Wood Elves, it was a good build from Persian. It was doing pretty well. I think that impatience with the Tempest when the Blob fight started, and he cast it on the Blob fight instead of using it to continue zoning the Blood Dragon Lord, that was really rough. And then the Blood Dragon Lord just dove in and ended the whole fight. Another thing that kind of happened to him is the Sisters of the Thorn stood right next to the Way Watchers, but then they weren't used to pale in melee. Like, the Blood Knights came in and they just kind of sat there and got charged, which it's like, okay, they need to do one of two things. One, if they're going to sit on top of the Way Watchers, they need to babysit them, so when something's coming, they need to charge at it. Even if they're going to die, they're there to protect the Way Watchers. If they're not there to protect the Way Watchers, if you're using them as, like, skirmish cavalry and you want them to charge in later, then get the fuck away from the Way Watchers. Don't sit on top of them. At least make your opponent pick. So I do think the Wood Elves made two key mistakes there, putting both of their expensive units on top of each other so that the Blood Knights just charged one thing and shut it all down, and then not holding that Tempest that was keeping the Lord at bay. Sorry, I had a lot to say in the post game because that was a really interesting game to talk about, like, tactics-wise. It wasn't just like, which I love these games, but it wasn't just smush two lines together, see who wins. This game actually had a lot of nuance going on. So there's stuff I wanted to talk about. As for Bingo, that was High Magic? No, it wasn't. He had Apotheosis. He had Apotheosis. That jerk. That jerk. You might be, again, you might be like, legally, is Lore of High besides Apotheosis. He had a spell that wasn't Apotheosis, but I meant it to be if they take Apotheosis, no go. Okay, let me delete that game. Good job, Shogunik. Well done. Well done. Anyway, did I get anything else out of that? Carnosaur, Lord of Heavens, Corn W, Kislev. I don't see anything else. So let's get right back into it with another F&G one versus John FB. And he sent this to me saying it was a Nurgle game that was fun, which if you go back to the thing, Nurgle game is fun. I see Festus double Exalted Hero. It doesn't look fun. Doesn't look fun to me. We'll find out. We're going to find out today. Okay. Just made sure I brought you guys with me, not on Photoshop. So what do we have here? For John FB and the Elves, we do have another Techless game. Why is everyone taking Techless all of a sudden? And also, still no one's winning with Techless. No one is winning with Techless. This shit sucks. And he brought all of the fucking spells. He brought 4 spells. That's insane. Anyway, double Noble with Techless. That's kind of fun. I do like that. Spearmen. Some Dragon Princes, 4 Illyrian Reavers, one of which is the Herald of the Winds. We have the Fireborn and more Spearmen. On the other side, 4 Nurgle, we have Festus the Leech Lord with Rancid Visitations, Fleshy Abundance, and Stream of Corruption. Double Exalted Hero of Nurgle, Chosen of Nurgle with Great Weapons, and then some Nurglings, some Chaos Warriors of Nurgle with Great Weapons, Marauders of Nurgle with Great Weapons, and Nurglings. That's a lot of Great Weapons. I wonder why all the Great Weapons, because High Elves don't actually have that high of armor. Dragon Princes do, sure, but not Spearmen. Spearmen have 40 armor. Anyway, Festus is getting sniped out by a Noble right now. Net of Amnatok is overcast, so that locks down everybody in the area, meaning no one can come help him. It wasn't as, I feel like it wasn't as much a net to, like, get a lot of damage onto everyone. It was just to make sure that nobody walks back here and messes up this Noble that's fighting Festus, because the Noble's currently kicking the shit out of Festus. Festus does have Harbinger of Pestilence down, so he's hurting all these guys, including the Dragon Princes that were trying to peel. And now the net has worn off, but ooh, down Fiery Convocation. Down the line, gonna hit 3 units, Chaos Warriors, Marauders, and Nurglings. That's a big Fiery Convocation. It did pretty good damage. Not a ton, but still, hit 3 units. For a bounce spell, it's pretty good. Festus is still trying to run away. He's now using healing elixirs to try and heal himself back up as a Noble gets into a fight, but everything around here is getting a Flaming Sword of Ruin to reduce the healing of Nurgle. And a Noble peels off the Exalted Hero that was chasing down Techless. These guys getting in a bit of a duel. I don't know who would win that, honestly. Their stats are both impressive in different ways, so I don't really know how to assess that at this moment. Rancid Visitation's Overcast is chucked out on Teclis. If he has his Potion of Koroi... Oh, he doesn't. He could heal himself, also getting a ward save for that. Festus continues to drain down with Harbinger of Pestilence. He's not healing himself at all, and he's not saving up for a Fleshy Abundance because he just cast a very expensive Rancid Visitations onto Teclis. Exalted Hero of Nurgle ignores the Noble and goes for the Lord Snipe, trying to cut down Teclis before he gets enough for that regrowth. Because he does not have the Sword of Koroi, the Potion of Koroi, as we noted, and the Net is cast, further putting Teclis away from that regrowth. It's getting a little risky for our friend, the High Elf. On the side of Lyran Reaver is chasing off some Marauders of Nurgle. Dragon Prince is trying to get what charges in they can, but this Dragon Prince ended up suiciding a bit. He never left this frontline fight. At least the flag didn't. I don't know where the overall unit is, to be fair, but that flag stayed there the whole time, took a ton of damage for it. These Spearmen are holding off 2 units pretty easily. Elsewhere, Nurgle's frontline is winning, and to be fair, Nurgle took all front lines. You would hope that it would beat some High Elves. But the Dragon Princes and these Lyran Reaver Archers have honestly just not had a lot to do. Nurgling's getting some healing, as well as Festus himself, and the Fireborn really getting nothing done. Gonna start to run away for it now. Teclis is buying himself some space as the double nobles continue to duel with the Exalted Heroes of Nurgle, on both sides trading a lot of damage. This Exalted Hero is almost dead. The other one's full HP, to be fair, and Festus has been healing as much as he possibly can, and he still has taken that much damage. As for Teclis, I haven't seen him use a regrowth yet, so he could potentially pop right back up to fine on HP. This Exalted Hero of Nurgle gets caught by the double nobles, but he is just going to path away, and a Flaming Sword of Ruin is cast on the Fireborns and the Chosen of... I was going to say the Chosen of the Wind. I don't know why. Lyran Reaver bows, the Heralds. You know them. You know them. You love them. But yeah, the Dragon Princes are just doing nothing in this game. They don't have anybody to fight that they really want to fight. Double Nobles going for the Festus Snipe yet again. And Enfeebling Foe is even cast him to lower his stats down. But the main problem is he is an infantry-sized character. And all of these horsemen are not the best at hitting him. It's not really his stats. His stats aren't that great. So the Noble's having issues actually making contact with him. Where did Teclis go? Oh, hey, Teclis. He's chasing off an Exalted Hero of Nurgle. All right. All right, go Teclis. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. As Nurgle does take the W. FNG... 2,000 value on Festus. His Exalted Heroes did okay. The man spam of Nurgle did prevail. Though the double noble Teclis just did not really pan out. I hate Teclis. After 4 different people making me watch Teclis games, fuck Teclis. Alright, what was that? Somebody said something mean. Wait, how's the Human Boy Bad context box get checked? You'll find out. I am not going to say that Nurgle game was fun. It's a matter of opinion, and I refuse. So take that. And if you're upset, then why do you want more bingo boxes getting checked? Because then the stream ends sooner. So you have weird standards. Let's see, anything else in here? Nope. Oh boy. Don't cast faction war games. That's not smart. Let's do this. This was just titled the fastest game ever. So if it doesn't end in under 4 minutes, then I call bullshit. It's Wags versus Pigman. Nurgle won because they're fun and cool. Maybe they are, FNG. Maybe they are. It was a good game. I don't think Nurgle's fun and cool. Wait, why did Nurgle win? Did High Elves FF? They did FF, but also the High Elves were doomed at that point. The Nobles were both pretty low. Teclis was pretty low, and you've been using a lot of Winds of Magic on other spells. It's not like he had infinite regrowths left. And Nurgle had a ton of Chosen left that they had nothing left to kill off yet. What's your criteria for Nurgle game to be fun? I don't know. Fucking banger. Slaps. Demon Prince of Nurgle with 6 Chaos Knights. rolling dirty through a Demons of Chaos build made entirely out of Fiends of Slaanesh. That sounds pretty fun. All right. I had to pause it because this game's about to start. Now, Pigman 202 the best is playing, according to some people, an A or S tier faction. Oh, it's so good. Oh, they're so amazing. It's Skaven, everybody. With 2 good lord options, both of which are casters. All of their melee lords suck. And their leadership is trash. And they rely on ranged units who still can't target appropriately sometimes. But the Skaven are S or A tier, you guys. They're so good. Their warp lightning cannons always hit what they're aiming at, and definitely don't miss Chaos Spawn of Tzeentch in one of my recent games with Wags all the fucking time. Skaven! A or S tier faction. I'm sure they're gonna do great. You guys. Versus the Wood Elves. A D or C tier faction, depending on who you ask. Because they suck, and Skaven are good. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page before whatever's about to happen happens. All right, we have 5 Dryads, all in the Vanguard, with Durthu also in the Vanguard, a Flock of Doom and Sword of Daith, 4 Hawk Riders, some Glade Riders with Spears, a Spellsinger of Life with just Earthblood in case the game goes long, and some Glade Riders with Spears. For the Skaven side, the Skaven! The best faction in the whole game. Everybody agrees they're S tier, so they can't lose. We have 2 Night Runners, 2 Poisonwind Globes, Eshin Triads, a front line of Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers and other clan rats, Skaven Slaves, Dogs, Ikit Zap Zap, Ikit Claw himself, and a couple Rat Ogres. S in Skaven stands for S tier. Alright, Durthu and the boys are in. Hawk Riders diving in with their armor piercing to shut down the Poisonwind Globes and save their Dryads a little bit of pain and misery. Hawk Riders already getting people to rout, and Durthu hasn't even cast his spells yet, and there's the first one, Sword of Daith on everything that matters. It's so much damage. I imagine we'll also see a Flock of Doom soon. As a Brass Orb from Ikit Claw tries to kill off these guys, but the Skaven are already going to start routing. There's the Flock of Doom combo. Both Poison Globes already routing, Night Runners already routing, everything's already routing. We're 45 seconds into the game, and for the Skaven, they have Ixchia's Triads, 2 Rat Ogres, 3 Rat Ogres, and Ikit Claw are the only things still fighting. What a good faction. God, I love how good this faction is right now. Triads continue to steamroll through these guys. And Ikit Claw even gets out of Flensing Ruin already onto Durthu, and it's Overcast. So actually pretty impressive stuff there from Ikit, using his, must have used his unlimited power right away to get that. 1 minute and 18 seconds into the game, Durthu is fighting some Rat Ogres, as Ikit Claw also has some Rat Ogres safe and sound with him. Skaven Slaves have rallied, so maybe the Skaven Slaves will come back, you never know. Everything else is gone from here. The Wood Elves do need to peel off a few things and make sure nothing comes back, because that actually is a way they could lose this game, is if they allow all these guys to come back. This is very much a shock damage build. So if they come back, I mean, Globes could chuck into this giant blob and get a ton of value. The Hawk Riders aren't exactly chilling either. I think one of them routed already, but yeah, it's GG. Those poor rats, yeah. No. Now, memes aside, for anyone who can't take a joke, yes, I know that Skaven build was very, very tight on a small map, and then the Wood Elves deployed in the Vanguard and used 2 different blob punishment spells on them plus Terror. I acknowledge that that was a very specific situation. It was a joke. For anybody that's already at their keyboard like, you stupid piece of shit, Skaven are actually good, that was one decision. It's like, yeah. It was a joke. The conversation is much more nuanced, and while I do think Skaven are C tier is personally where I'd put them, this is not a good game to showcase that. I was having fun. Not a lot of values to really pay attention to, because the game was mostly about shock value and routing, and you don't get a ton of damage value from that. Durthu did accumulate 17R value in that short time. Good for him. GG. Game ends in 4 minutes or less. Easy W. Oops. Accidentally went into the other thing. Anything else? Nope. We will continue on. I suspected something was up with that game, though. Its literal title was Fastest Game Ever. Alright, I'm looking for another fun one. I'm trying to look for ones that I don't want to do videos on, like, per se. Like, I see one here. It's Xiaoming versus Miao Ying. And I'm definitely going to do a video on that, because that's just really good clickbait. Otherwise, most of these games, people say they're going to be good. What haven't we seen so far? We haven't seen some dwarves. We haven't seen greenskins either. Let's do that. Dwarves, greenskins. Dwarves, greenskins from Nameless Order and ODM's The Green One. You don't see Nameless Order a lot on my streams because he doesn't play a lot of tournaments, but he is very good. Plays a lot of quick battle, plays a pretty good amount of my Vermin League as well. He's a very, very top tier player, and the Green One is also quite amazing. Green One's just had a constant glow up. He's always been improving as long as I've known him, because he and I started around the same time, and while I kind of like, I have some ups and downs and whatever, and I'm generally just like, I'm good. I'm not great, but I'm a good player. Green One has just had like a linear trajectory into getting better. So this is actually two top tier players. And they submitted a replay, so it must have been a good game. Finished faster than Even Boy can. That's actually a compliment. Does Croc on his mount count as a Carno? I'd probably count it, sure. Alright, what do we got here? So we got some Dwarf Gyrocopter Kite, 4 Brimstone Guns, as Azhag tries to Spirit Leech these guys, but not much is going to come of it, so I'll ignore it for now. Do have Thoric Ironbrow on foot with Rune of Wrath and Rune of Slowness. He's going to cast the Rune of Slowness on Azhag to get his Gyrocopters a little bit of space. There we go. Figured. Dwarf Warrior and Longbeard frontline, backed up by minus of blasting charges. Then some Dragonback Slayers, Quarrelers, a Flame Cannon, more Slayers, and minus of blasting charges. On the other side, for the Greenskins, this is a very difficult matchup these days, just because of how hard Gyrocopters are to damage with Skirmish Cavalry. Forest Goblin Spider Riders and these Wolf Riders are all shooting at them, but they're insane armor values, tiny models, and quick mobility. It is so hard to meaningfully damage Gyrocopters. It's impossible. We also have Azhag, Fade Up Yuna, Spirit Leech, and then Foe Seeker for him. Hey, Snarly Pump Wagons! What the shit? Green one? Okay, I don't know why he took those, but I guess we'll check off a box. We have some Savage Orc Boar Boys, 2 Snarly Pump Wagons of Flappas, 2 Rock Labas, one of which is the Hammer of Gork, and then we have Goblins and Squigs, plus the Night Goblin Spinning Loons. Okay. Now remember, I made this bingo sheet now. This replay was submitted 2 weeks ago, so I have no idea why he's taking fucking Pump Wagons. Can't kill gyros with magic. They have 35% spell resist. Dude, I love that dwarves have insane spell resist, even though they are a balanced roster. Like, okay, game balance wise aside, like some people might be like, they're too strong. Some people might be, they're too weak. Their roster is fully fleshed out. I love how they have more spell resist than Khorne, and Khorne's roster is like the most bargain bin unfinished shit I've seen in a long time. Alright, Night Goblins taking really good damage from the Flame Cannons. Really, really good damage. And despite the fact that they're unbreakable and the Flame Cannons debuffs won't affect them too much, it's still really good chunk damage to get out, especially because this is the Spinning Loons, which they can't cast their Spinning Loons if they're under a certain HP threshold. So you pretty much knocked that unit out of the game already. Gyrocopter Kite's still doing well, as these guys have been getting shot at all game and are fine. They're now just counter-firing at the archers. Anyway, a little bit of kite still going on. Gyrocopter's doing some damage to these pump wagons before falling back for a bit. Thankfully, it's a replay, and I can do this. Double fast forward. Flame Cannon's getting hit with these Goblin Rock Labas. They're doing okay for now. Azhag did catch some Gyrocopters, and that is just a mistake. But it looks like it'll be amended. They get away. They still have 2 models left, so it is a pretty bad cut. Slayer's going to fight Savage Orc Boar Boys, and they are more than happy to do so. But the Savage Orc Boar Boys should be able to just walk past them and get away from here. Still taking decent damage on the retreat, though. Azhag's down to half HP. It's not like Pump Wagons pumping away. Dive in, rear charging through some Dwarf Warriors and minus blasting charges. And I didn't even see their health bars move as these two different chariots are going through them. That was a little bit of damage, just a little bit, as the flame cannon is doing more friendly fire than real damage right now. Flame cannon, stop! What the fuck? You just killed so many dwarves. First Wah is out. Snarling Pump Wagon already routing away. This is Savage Orc, Boar Boys, and Squig Herds try and kill off these Midas Blasted charges, and they're doing a pretty good job of it. Slayer is getting a bit of a fight with some Savage Orc, Boar Boys. Meanwhile, the Gyrocopters go into the backfield. Looks like they're going to try and... oh, they're still trying to harass Azhag. I wouldn't be shocked if they fought the Goblobbers for a bit, but I guess maybe Nameless Order just doesn't care that they're shooting. Savage Orc Boar Boys still fighting Dwarf Warriors. And since the melee has started, the Greenskins have been doing a lot better. Savage Orc Boar Boys do have really good armor piercing values and decent melee attack stats. Physical resistance will give them a bit more of a plus versus Dwarves. Now, generally, the Pig Cav are not good at killing infantry in any capacity, but what are you going to do, I suppose? These Gyrocopters are getting a little overconfident. A lot of the reason that they don't take much damage from skirmish is, you know, dodging and such. But sitting directly over them is a little overbold, and Azhag is going to start catching up to these guys now. So, yeah, they kind of fucked up on that one. Still have 4 out of 4 models, and the Terror Route will take the Micro out of the hands of Nameless Order, so they're going to run away, and that's good. Flame Cannon still has 3 out of 4 models, and it is still technically online, despite all of the attention that the Rock Lavas have given it. Snarling Pump Wagon not feeling too good. Savage Orcs, the Boar Boys doing fine. The Boar Boys, out of the 3 of them, they're doing okay, health-wise. Azhag is going to chase off this Gyrocopter, though. He will escort it off the map. And the second and final Wah is out. Gyrocopter's running low on ammunition. The 2 that still have 4 out of 4 models are going to chase down Azhag. It looks like they're going to use all of their ammo on him to try and Lord Snipe out the Greenskins. Quarrelers shooting at a bit of Squigs, but these other Squigs will catch up to them and kill them off as the Flame Cannons. It says they have 3 models, but really I see 2. I see 2 wrecks back there. And the Savage Orc Boar Boys are trying to shut them down, but they walk. They don't get attack orders. They walk over to the Flame Cannon and just kind of stand around. Dwarven Frontline's doing okay. We still have a bunch of Slayers. We have some Dwarf Warriors here and there. But I guess overall they're kind of dead. And some Longbeards in the backfield. For the Greenskins, they have a bunch of Squigs. They have a bunch of Savage Orc Boar Boys left. Their ranged is either out of ammo or almost dead. And how's Azhag doing? Azhag isn't feeling too good, though. Again, he catches the Gyrocopters, so... The Dwarves having a couple missteps on that Kite Micro. And now they're starting to fall back, but again, it's a little bit too little too late. It took some pretty big chunks on those Gyro Boys. Thoric and the Slayers wandering around. One of the Slayers is just beelining for the Hammer of Gork. We'll kill that off. If we get into a late game where it's Savage Orc Boar Boys and Squigs versus 2 Slayers and Thoric, I could imagine 2 Slayers and Thoric carrying the game. Another Spirit Leech is out onto these Gyrocopters, and they kite too far away from their friends. They lose a model. These other ones are going to turn and try and fire, but Azhag's been chilling at 2,000 HP for a while. There we go. Now he's taking some decent shots. And if he routes, he's right next to the edge of the map. He's going straight off. Hammer Gork is down. So too is the Flame Cannon. Oh. See, we've been highlighting Nameless Order's mistakes, but Green One gave his Savage Orc Boar Boys a movement order near the flag of the Flame Cannons, but he didn't actually target the Flame Cannons. So they're not being shut down. They are getting some free shots out right now that they should not at all be allowed to do. Azhag gets in a fight with some Gyrocopters that are out of ammo, and the other one that still has 1 volley left will shoot him in the bum. He's down to 1,300 HP and 4 leadership. Some more shots come in, but he does manage to hold on for now. Azhag's Art Armor is out. Not that the Gyrocopter is really that much of a threat in melee. But another Gyro rallies with 2 ammunition left. That ammunition has to count, as a lot of them are missing Azhag. Not really a player's fault, but still, you hate to see it. Slayer's getting in to fight Squigs. They will dominate these fools. Same with the Savage Orc Boar Boys, and it looks like Thoric is trying to regroup with his other Slayer compatriots. Flame Cannon is still online, and those Savage Orc Boar Boys are still just watching it do its business. And where is Azhag? There he is. He's way over there. Azhag is fine. We only have 2 shots left for any Gyrocopter, and is this one, as all of its ammo needs to go towards Azhag. Thoric is chilling. I imagine Rune of Wrath and Ruin has to be off cooldown soon. He could nuke down that whole blob, but we'll see. Ooh, also his Gyros probably still have their rock drops. Yeah! Ooh, rock drop, rock drop. Yeah, decent. Little off-center, but still. Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. We take those. We take those. Dragonback Slayers chase off the goblins. The other Slayers are chasing off other goblins. The Gyrocopters with their bombs peel off these Savage Orc Boar Boys. The Savage Orc Boar Boys now starting to move. Looks like they actually got orders onto the flame cannons this time and immediately kill them. But I'm sure Green One is kicking himself for that posthumously. Nice Spirit Leech targeting onto the only Gyrocopter that has any ammunition. They're down to 1 ammo, but it was not enough to kill Azag. He still has 1,000 HP, and he is kiting away. Thoric is not on his anvil, so Azag doesn't have to worry about Spirit Leeching too close to him or anything. And more stuff is routing on the ground. These Slayers are proving quite tenacious against a lot of these large, low-armored targets from the Greenskins. It's exactly what they want to fight. Azag decides this is his time, this is his moment. He just has to fight these Gyrocopters so he can stop running away from them. And also, it is decent, especially when you have stuff routing all over the map. You really don't want these flying armored dogs just chasing down all your guys. So I think if Azag's like, listen, if you want to fight, I'm happy to take it so you're not chasing like my Savage Orc Boar Boys off. They can rally and get a charge in later. And he dominated both those Gyrocopters. He lost 100 HP for it, but he's fine. Elsewhere, everything that's not a Slayer for the Dwarves is routing. Thoric's still running around, free and clear. But the Slayers have taken a lot of damage. They've done great. But they're attritioning. It's not free. Really good value for them as the Savage Orc Boar Boys continue to run down people. Other Savage Orc Boar Boys are coming back, and we'll see if they can get good charges onto the Slayers. Slayers don't have charge defense or anything like that. Spider's going to get a rear charge over here. 900 HP for these guys before the charge. And after the charge, they lost 130. Not bad. Azag dives down to help fight the Dragonback Slayers. A little risky, but he does take a lot of them out. They're down to 5 models. 4. Azag's going to get off the ground before Thoric shows up. Gyrocopter 1 is back. Some Longbeards are back to help out these Slayers. We only have 8 models remaining, but they will push off a Spider Rider. Again, it might shatter for how many times it has been routed. Slayers are not happy at all to be fighting these Goblins. That is the worst trade for them, because their no armor obviously means Goblins will get decent shots on them. Dragonback Slayers are gone. Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins charging straight through these Slayers. Sorry, they're just Savage Orc Boar Boys. I'm used to saying Biggins after anything with Boar Boy in it. Longbeards did shatter before arriving to the fight. Slayers down to 2 models, and soon it will be just Thoric here. Can he actually carry this off of his Anvil of Doom? Still has 45-45 for melee stats, armor piercing, magic damage, so the Savage Orc Boar Boys don't have any resist versus him. Azag lands on a Gyrocopter, gets rid of it, and brings his Goblins back to the fight. Greenskin Chariots feel so mad these days. Orc Boar Chariots are still alright, but yeah, it's not like Pump Wagons suck ass. 12 minutes in. Can the Greenskins kill Thoric? I don't know if they even have Spirit Leeches left. Azag's Art Armor is out, giving these guys some melee defense. And there it is. Rune of Wrath and Ruin hitting 2 very key units. The Goblin's going to be pushed off. Savage Orc Boar Boys hold their leadership for now, but they're at 1. There they go. They rout, and they might honestly shatter. Never mind. How did you go from 1 to negative 27 to 7? Like, what is happening with your leadership right now? Anyway, they are getting good damage onto Thoric. There was another Spirit Leech for him too, but I have to imagine these Savage Orc Boar Boys have got to be close to shattering. Azag's trying to dive in now. Thoric has 3 times Azag's HP right now, despite how low both their bars are. Thoric has a lot of HP for being a foot character, and the Greenskins all of a sudden lose heart. The Savage Orc Boar Boys running away. One of them barely manages to rally as Azag does eventually dive in, giving that leadership back to these guys with Slaga's Slashes, the constant passive that keeps these guys in the fight for now. Thoric is getting so low as Azag gets pushed off. But the Savage Orc Boar Boys, these guys should return if they get far enough away. They have enough HP that they should come back. Another Spirit Leech onto Thoric. He did have 1 in the tank, and though Thoric has 35% spell resist, that's pretty good. Any damage is great damage right now. Azag is diving back in. His Savage Orc Boar Boys have somehow stayed in the fight. Thoric is not ITP. He's so close to terror routing. Azag does cause terror. Azag's thinking about coming back, but he's not going to go for it just yet. Thoric is still fighting, but now Azag's coming back, and that terror is a constant threat for this little dwarf, for the one who tries to hold on. 30 leadership back up for him. He hasn't got a swing on Azag just yet as Azag backs off. The Snotling Pump Wagons are back in. The Boar Boys are here, and his leadership's so low. If Azag gets 1 more charge and he'll tear out, this game will end for sure. There he goes. He's landing in. He misses the charge, but it doesn't matter. He's still going to tear out Thoric. He's still gonna get him. There it is. Thoric is down. And as Pigman was saying earlier, most of the replays come from the winning side, so it is surprising, but the dwarves do lose in the end. Slayers both did fine. Gyrocopters overall did fine. Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors did okay. Miners and Bison Chargers really didn't have a lot to throw at, so they got shut down. Flame Cannon did okay. This is usually a tough matchup for the Greenskins. This Greenskin build was creative, and it was fine. I think there's some stuff about it that just didn't work, but mostly there were just too many mistakes with the Gyrocopters. There's too many times where they got caught in melee, and that really cost them. Because the Gyrocopters are the key to winning this matchup for the Dwarves. The Greenskins just can't deal with them, unless, of course, Azhag catches them in melee, which should not happen. Human Boy gets army losses right? I guess I did, but nah. Feels cheap. Feels cheap. I didn't earn it. I really want one of those chain ones where I predict like A, then B, and then C is army losses, and then it happens. That shit's fire. So GG's. We did get some Stoutling Pump Wagon action. So let's pull up the bingo and see where we're at. Pump Wagons, pump. Let's go. Yeah, that's about it. Cygor Kite. Oh god. What is this? Alright, sure. Alright, sure. Poor Laura Heavens over in the cup corner. Yeah, dude. We have Koops versus Rocket. And we have double Cygor Kite. I cannot explain to you how much I think Cygors suck. And some of you are going to be like, oh, but there's 2 of them versus 3 Phoenix Guard. That's good. When the fuck are you going to see 3 Phoenix Guard outside of whatever this is that I'm watching? No. Actually, when do you see 3 Phoenix Guard versus Beastmen? That's insane. That is insane. They're going to get Traderkin. They're going to get Fate Immuted. No. You wouldn't do that. Ugh. Double Cygor. Ugh. Okay. Alright, we have an Archmage of Death up on a dragon with just Spirit Leech, and it's a Moon Dragon. Interesting. Silver and Guard front line, that is going absolutely nowhere. We have 3 Phoenix Guard, a bunch of Lothern Sea Guard, and that is it. Very small, very spear-heavy high elf build. On the other side, we have Black Hordes, Ravagers, Gore Herds in the Vanguard. We do have some Centaurs, and Centaurs with throwing axes, including the Groghoofs of Wolf's Run. We do have a a Brave Shaman of Wild with Traderkin, a Doombull, double Cygor, including the Eye of Morsleep, and a Tuskor Chariot. Cygors hitting some Lothern Seaguard. Cygors are fine. They don't... Yeah, but like Phoenix Guard. The fact that there would be 3 Phoenix Guard versus double Cygor. I mean, come on. Are Lothern still cheap? Nah, they're pretty cheap, yeah. I think unshielded they're 650 and shielded they're 700, or is it 600 and 650? Something like that. Cygor's getting some pretty good shots out. Tuskor Chariot's going to charge in. Get poked with a couple archers as it goes straight through the Silver and Guard. And the Moondragon thought about landing on the Cygor, thinks against it, then thinks about it. Now he gets warp gazed, and the Eye of Morsleep charges up, and he throws, and he fucking misses! Hey, let's go! I hate you. Cygors suck. All right, Tuskor Chariot fighting spears, and more spears, not enjoying it whatsoever, as one Lothern Seaguard does get picked off by a Centaur, but the Centaurs are fighting a couple Phoenix Guard in that meantime. Spirit Leech is out on the Brave Shaman of Wilds, and the Deathcaster lurks ominously. I do think she should take that fight with the Cygor. That would honestly go pretty good for her. Well, these Silver and Guard get to fight Chariot Caster and the Doom Bull, they're in heaven. They would love to fight that. Why are you doing that? No, God! Why would you do that? No! You were so far away! Rocket! Rocket! I know you're a good player. Why would you do that? Rocket, what the fuck, dude? What was what was that gonna accomplish? He just nuked his own Silver Guard. Rocket, no! Oh my God! Okay, focus. What's even happened to the Elf backline? I wasn't paying attention. Cygors and Chariots have disrupted a lot of, Centaurs and Chariots have disrupted a lot of things. A lot of the High Elves are routing right now, but the Deathcaster is going to get rid of the Bray Shaman of Wilds. Silver and Guard are still chasing down the Cygors. Centaurs and Throwing Axes have taken a lot of damage. Tuskar Chariots have also taken a lot of damage. And our Phoenix Guard, all three of them are still pretty healthy thus far into the game. Centaurs, we have 3 healthy ones, and the Grog Hooves with a lot of ammunition, etc., etc. Yeah, a Spear Box is an insane bird. For sure. But, like, triple Phoenix Guard, that's insane. Alright, this lady finally got her fight with the Cygor, and now she has Silver and Guard support, so the Cygor is not a great duelist, but neither is she. But now, even if he just, like, tries to take the fight with her, he is now fighting in Silver and Guard, so this is just a terrible situation for the Cygor. But it is a lose-lose. If he tries to walk away, she can just chase him down, or just leave. Okay, I guess that's fine. I mean, if you were in a good situation there, but that's fine. Just leave. That's whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't. I don't give a fuck. It's fine. Just ignore me. She's going to try and dive onto the Centaur's Throwing Axes. As soon as she lands, they should tear her out. There they go. And that's fine. High Elves getting pushed around. Doom Bull punching down on some Silver and Guard as Centaurs come to help him out a little bit. Eye of Moresleep continues to throw at Phoenix Guard. There goes the rock. There goes the rock, and it smokes him! Oh my goodness gracious. Black Hord's Ravagers are pushed off. Centaur's trying to deal with some other Phoenix Guard, and the Deathcaster dives back on one of the Cygors. So one of our Cygors is Ledud. Centaur is going to charge in onto these guys, and they do have that dazed effect from his little boxing gloves, making High Elves a little more approachable. Plus Silver and Guard, 75 armor. Getting rear charged by Centaurs will usually take them down a peg. Bounce power is roughly even, slightly Beastman favored. I think it's more Beastman favored, because Rocket and Koops are friends, so I don't know how much of this was serious. They might have just been having a ball, which is fine. But if you want my meta analysis, you are seeing a lot of what I talk about on the stream for meta stuff. Generally, the meta is mobility and healing. If you have mobility advantage / you have healing, ideally you have healing and mobility advantage, you'll usually win games. Grand Cathay is an outlier because they're just so overtuned in a lot of areas that they can make box styles work. But generally right now, the favored factions you see are Bretonnia, who can heal up mobility as much as possible. Kislev, who can heal up and use their mobility as much as possible. Things in the Woods, Akshina Ambushers a little bit, Warbear Riders, and then Incarnate Elemental Beasts and a lot of healing, okay? Beastmen are pretty strong right now. Norscar are decent with their mobility advantages and, of course, using healing. Greenskins are okay with their mobility and healing. Things like that. So you really do see foot infantry builds struggling in the current meta. And even though this is a for-fun game, you're kind of seeing why. It's like, the Beastmen are just ignoring the fucking Phoenix Guard. They're just going wherever they want. They're doing anything else besides fighting the Phoenix Guard. And they don't have to. And that's kind of the point. And even these Silver and Guard are on paper really good against Centaurs, but if the Centaurs take the right engagement or charge at the right time, they can still take out the Silver and Guard. So, even though this is a silly game, you are getting a bit of a showcase on why the meta currently is how it is, and it's just agency. Right now it's an agency meta, and infantry boxes really don't have it. Now some Hero Hammer blobs can still work, but that is mostly... I don't want to be a jerk, but it is mostly the fault of who's getting Hero Hammered, that they didn't bring something that can punish it, like Final Transmutation, Traderkin, Spirit Leech, Fireball, a good duelist of your own, a dragon with a breath attack, like anything that can kill foot characters. So usually when it's Hero Hammer, it's not like, the matchup's unwinnable. It's usually, your build didn't have anything to do with Hero Hammer. Hey, that Cygor's back with 71 HP. Let's go! Love to see it. 71 HP and he's back. He's chucking rocks. The Phoenix Guard are finally getting a bit of a fight. That's good for them. I have Morsleep's doing what he can to kite it out. Spirit Leech is now going for the Doom Bolt to take out some of this Beastmen leadership. I do appreciate it as another breath attack goes down. This one much better as it hits Blackhorn's Ravagers and the Doom Bolt. It hits a couple Phoenix Guard, but they were so doomed anyway that it's really not a big deal. Cygor's starting to miss Phoenix Guard a lot more now that they're almost dead. And Silver and Guard will take a charge from Centaurs, but they should be able to whittle those guys down. Why aren't the Wood Elves meta? They have mobility and healing. Their mobility sucks. Comparatively. Anyway. Deathcaster landing on the Grog Hooves. The Grog Hooves are out of throwing axis, so now they're just a decent melee combatant. And oh, this might get ugly real fast. She does use a Spirit Leech onto the Eye of Morsleep, not onto the Doom Bowl, surprisingly enough, but she is surrounded by Centaurs. She needs to pull through her Silver and Guard right now and get back into the sky. But she's kind of going down, and that's causing her a lot of problems. The Silver and Guard are still here, though, and the Grog Hooves do fuck off. Dude, get back into the sky! No, don't stay on the ground with the Doom Bowl, bro! Bro, get into the sky! God damn it! Oh, no. Alright, just taking a free fight with the Doom Bowl, and this is just an Archmage of Death. I know when you're used to seeing a High Elf Dragon, you're like, oh, that thing can take any fight it wants to. No, that's Imrik. High Elf Dragons in general don't really want to fight anything that has any melee stats whatsoever. Now, thankfully for her, the Doom Bowl did leave. He didn't want to deal with the Silver Guard and the ever-closing-in Phoenix Guard. So we still have two quite wounded Phoenix Guard. We have one very wounded Silver Guard. For the Beastmen, Spirit Leech onto their Doom Bowl. I have Morsleep still has a bit of ammo. A Cygor in the distance gets a nasty shot into those Phoenix Guard, and he cannot be allowed to stay alive. He can't be allowed to stay alive, you guys. The dragon seems to just notice that he is there and throwing, so maybe she's going to go deal with him? No, she's going after Centaurs. No, she's going for him. Pick a lane! As the Cygors continue to wreck the Phoenix Guard. And walk away. And yeah, that Cygor is going to be allowed to continue throwing as the last Phoenix Guard is routed off. Silver and Guard are also going to get routed as the Doom Bowl breaks their charge defense. And now it is just the Deathcaster. And her Spirit Leeches were a bit all over the place. She didn't focus down the Doom Bowl. There's another one onto him, but imagine the last Spirit Leech that went on the Eye of Morsleep was onto him. He'd probably die from this one, if that was the case. And then maybe she can grind this out if he's dead. She is going for the Lord Snipe anyway. Tries to get a rear charge onto him. Will land the rear charge. Misses the next charge attack, but still routs him. If she can hit him one more time, he will die. But she's also not feeling too good. She's fighting the Grog Hooves of Wolf's Run. There she goes. She does rout. She kills the Doom Bowl. That should rout that other Cygor, so he'll stop throwing. And if he stops throwing, maybe some Phoenix Guard come back to help her, but this is looking too rough. The Eye of Morsleep is nearby, and he's just going to walk over and bonk her with the rock, and that's going to be GG. Rock. Bonk! And GG. I'll count that. I'll count that as predicting army losses because he bonked her with the rock. But you thought Cygors suck? They do unless you take 3 Phoenix Guard. Both the Cygors... Wow, that one, after all that, that one still didn't pay for himself. Never mind, Cygors still suck. Trash. Centaurs did well. Gorherd did okay. Cygors still suck. For Rocket, 3,900 on his Deathcaster. Phoenix Guard, all around 1,000-ish value. Didn't quite pay for themselves. Silver Guard did mixed, but okay. And Lollard Sea Guard mostly got shut down. GG. GG. Alright. I'll count that one as predicting it. Because I did just guess the rock coming in clutch. Bap! I think that's it, though, for that one. Yeah, don't see anything else there. Cygor's blow! Okay. Oh no. Where? Where? BM Cygor Kite. There it is. Got it. We just saw some high ups, so I might have to come back for this one. We literally just saw high ups. Alright, we have another Skaven game. Skaven, the best faction in the whole world, versus Lizardmen. They supposedly counter Lizardmen. Though this is a very weird Lizardman build. Why do you have... Pigman, why do you have 4 Chameleon Stalkers? These guys are trash. Those guys are so bad. Where are the damn lizards? What? There's been plenty of lizards. Sir Groot won with Gorok earlier. Alright, for the Skaven of Shogunnik here, we do have Skaven Slave Slingers, 4 of them. 2 Poisonman Globes. 3 Jezzails. Wow, 3 Jezzails, that is a lot. Triple Rat Ogre, one of which is the Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep. 2 Wolf Rats, and a bunch of Clan Rats for frontline with Ikit Claw, Howling Warp Gale, and Warp Lightning for his spells. Remember Game 2, this used to be so hard for Lizardmen? Not anymore, my friends. Not anymore. 4 Chameleon Stalkers for the Lizardmen. Do have Pak Cohort, Cold One Spear Riders. Triple Feral Cold One. Skink Cohorts across the front line. Some of them have Javelins. 5 Skink Skirmishers. And Lord Mazdamundi with Net and Apotheosis. I like rats. I like rats, but they're bad. Isn't sandbagging illegal in the Vermin League? I don't want to bring up this drama again, dude. Here's the very short version. Pigman keeps saying he's intentionally losing, and then I scrolled back through the fine matches because my mods were talking about it a lot, and this is a whole fucking thing, so we're doing the short version and leaving it alone. Pigman keeps saying he's going to lose, and then I looked through the fine matches, and he said he was going to lose, and then he beat Rider of Rohan. He said he was going to lose, then he beat World Beater. Then he said he was going to lose, and he beat, like... Not Strat Game, but someone else who's, like, pretty try-hard. So... That didn't really pan out. And then he said he was going to lose, and he lost to Shogunnik, and then he said he was going to lose, and he lost to some other people. So, like, at this point, it just looks like a fucking meme. Because the statistics aren't there. Like, he doesn't seem to be actually losing. And if all you mean by that is he's taking weird troll builds, well, he's still winning, like, half the fucking time. So that doesn't matter. And also, we're not the goddamn thought police. If someone takes a weird build, we're not, like, ban his ass because he's not trying. I don't care. I don't care. But if he was losing every fucking game, or even over half of his games, yeah, it might be suspicious. But he's still winning plenty. I think it's just a bit. Anyway. Warp Lightning is out. The Lizardmen have charged in. But this build is just not very good for this exact reason. You're not going to outshoot the Skaven, so why do you have 5 Skink Skirmishers? Like, they're just going to do nothing this whole game. Either you're going to win without them, or you're going to lose, and they're still going to have full ammunition, so that doesn't matter. Skink Cohort's not getting through the front line because there's no Crocscore support, no Ripperdactyl support, no monster support at all. So the Skink Cohorts are actually the same level as Clan Rats. And the Clan Rats are going to hold forever. They don't care. Rat Ogre's peeling the backline for now. Pakkopak Cohort is doing some disruption. They've shut down the Poisonman Globes. Skaven Slave Slinger's already routing. And that is one thing I'm worried about, is how do you kill Mazda? We have some Warp Block Jezzails, though one of them is already routing. Another one is about to route. So we have 1 Jezzail left to shoot at Mazda. It's almost routing from across the map when nothing's next to it, but got hit with a Ruination of Cities. It's almost routing. And Ikit doesn't have Flensing Ruin. Ban him because he's a stinky pig? Yeah. No, it's just like... It's just been talked to death, and I feel like I keep having the same conversation where it's like... People will bring up to me, they're like, Pigman's losing intentionally, and I look back and I see 3 wins in a row, and I'm like, no, he fucking isn't. Anyway. Rat Ogres are fighting some Feral Cold Ones in the trees. Skaven are actually down on the balance of power still. And Mazda is fighting the last Jezzail. Chameleon Stalkers have run off most things, though. These Stalkers are losing the plot a little bit, and they are allowing some Slingers and some Jezzails to rally. We have Skink Cohorts with Javelins out here trying to keep routing them, but I don't know what the Stalkers are doing. Some of them really lost their way. Skink Cohort's still doing a little bit of damage. Ikit is chasing around Mazda. And he gets netted. Ooh, nice rear charge. Live, laugh, love, Ika Claw. Yes, yes. I'm really drunk. Fair, dude. Fair. Speaking of which, I was gonna make a drink. But I didn't, because I'm a loser. Mazda netted down Ikit. Now he has some Chameleon Stalkers trying to help him out, but Mazda kind of lost what he was doing, and now he's starting to waddle forward, but that's not really the player's fault. Mazda just derped out really hard instead of dealing with Ikit. Skink cohort still trying to chase down some stuff, but again, they just seem to be losing their way. The Lizardmen are not capitalizing on the Skaven all routing off here. And that could be a very costly mistake. These Skink skirmishers need to just start going into melee and like chasing stuff down. Because the Skaven having these Poison Globes, having these Giselles in this backfield is not, that's not kosher, that's not allowed. Ika Claw is still getting shot in the face. We have a full health Feral Cold One in the back line that hasn't done anything. And Ikit is going to get netted again. A rear charge from Mazdamundi might take him out. Army Loss is going to take the Skaven anyway. And Skaven, an S-tier amazing faction, against a troll-ass build, still got their shit kicked in. Skaven sucks so fucking bad. They suck so fucking bad. Oh, it's a Lizardman victory. I can't do this. You people can't keep showing up on my Discord and say, oh man, Skaven are A and S tier, and they lose to this. Whatever the fuck this is. You have 4 Chameleon Stalkers. You have the Pakopok cohort, for God's sakes. They pretty much just lost to Mazdamundi. The Skinks didn't even effectively chase off what they routed, and it didn't matter. How? How is this faction A tier? How? You guys are full of shit. I swear to God, some people out there, this is gonna be salty, this is full of salt, and if it applies to you, I don't apologize. Some people out there take 5 Chosen of Khorne, put them in a small circle around Festus. That's all they take. And then the Skaven have avalanche mortars and poison globes and kill your whole build, and you're like, well, can't beat that faction because I took the exact thing that they kill. Heavily armored slow infantry, and they killed my heavily armored slow infantry. Shocked Pikachu face. And then people start banning this faction. People start complaining to me about this faction. I'm like, did you take healing? Did you take mobility? Did you take light infantry? Did you take monster infantry? Did you take anything that flies? Did you take anything that's big? Did you take anything that causes terror? And people go, no! I just took 19 infantry and slowly walked at them and they killed me. A-tier faction. And I'm trying to tell people, for the love of God, just get a single entity and heal the shit out of it. Like Mazdamundi, because he carried this whole game, and it happens all the fucking time. That's been building up for a while. The amount of people, man, that send me these replays are like, how are you even supposed to beat Skaven? And I'm like, you brought 19 Marauders and Wolfric. What the fuck am I looking at? What is this? Where are your skin wolves? Where are your dogs? Where's anything? But you, boy, I want to take 19 Marauders. Then you're gonna lose. That's just gonna happen. No, I want to take my build and I want to win. It's not gonna happen. You can't just take 19 Marauders and walk into globes. That's not how this is gonna work. Oh. Oh. Oh, God. Alright, I'm not mad. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. How do I even, like, recover from that? How do I even recover? With some Papa Palpatine. We love Papa Palpatine in this place. He's actually one of my favorite players. I love Papa Palpatine. You've also shown Skaven bad matchups. Only Skaven bad matchups? But there's so many of them. Skaven lose all the time. Okay. I'm gonna go make a drink. Here you go. I'll be back when I feel like it. Shut up. You're okay. You're okay. Hey. Okay. What are we doing? We love you, just trolling? Oh, I know, dude. I know. I have 4 shots of gin in this cup because I started pouring... I was thinking about the tonic, and I started pouring the gin. So, there's a lot of gin in here. This is going to get wild fast. What do we got? Demon Prince of Nurgle is already almost dead. He has Spirit Leech, Stream of Corruption, and Fleshy Abundance. Oh, he's Fleshy Abundance. He'll be fine. We have some Marauders. Some Marauder Horsemen are currently getting dove on by Carrion, Armored Chaos Trolls, and Marauders. And we have Chosen with Halberds, and Chosen. So 2 Chosen of Khorne with dual weapons, and then some Chosen with Halberds. For the Tomb Kings, looks like we have the Chosen of the Gods, so more Chosen. Eyes of the Desert, Sphinx of Usef, Arc in the Black, some Carrion, some Skeleton Spears. Okay, it's pretty standard stuff. Some Skeleton Chariots, too. Doing good work out there. Doing the Lord's work, even. Doing some missionary work. Spreading love. Spreading the love of Khorne. As these Chaos Warriors of Khorne stand in a pile of dead Tomb Kings with 100 kills already. Does this count as a no-caster game? Arkan and... Oh, I see what you did. I see what you did, Sir Catbeard. You're tricky. You're a tricky one. Chosen of Khorne continuing to pile through. I actually love these guys. I don't know if they're great versus the Tomb Kings, but I do love them. They're very satisfying to just watch them plow through all these skeletons and kill things. It's very funny. Sphinx of Usef? Uskuf? Whatever. He's going to probably want to shadow the Demon Prince wherever the Demon Prince lands. He's going to want to be there. Ushabti Summon is out. Balance of Power is actually in the favor of the Tomb Kings, but I do not agree at all with the actual state of the battle. These Chosen are going to be a huge problem for the forces of the Tomb Kings to deal with. And a Fate of Buna is already out on the Chosen of Khorne, but that maybe should have gone onto the Chosen with Halberds, because the Chosen of Khorne do have an impressive 15% spell resist. Never mind, that was a fine target. I forgot these are Khorne, not dwarves, because God forbid Khorne have any spell resist that matters. Give it all to the dwarves. Not mad. I'm not mad. I'm over it. After the Skaven rant, I have cleared my system of all violence, of all anger. I am chilling. I am big chilling as the Chosen of Khorne get deleted by a Fate of Buna, and now they're terror routing away because they also don't have ITP! I'm chilling! We're still chilling! Demon Prince of Nurgle has landed on the Chosen of the Gods. Really needs to take those out if his Chosen are going to carry the game for him. Sepulchral Stalkers also do quite well at kiting out heavily armored infantry, but that's a matter for another day. Insert the woman making a drink meme. I love that meme. 2 shots of vodka, and she just turns the bottle over. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Chosen Khorne dual weapon still stopping those guys as the Demon Prince of Nurgle is harassing the Chosen of the Gods. As long as they protect these Chosen with halberds and the Chosen of Khorne can actually totally kill everything here. The Sphinx of Usef will die very quickly to the Chosen with halberds if he has to fight it in the late game. Eyes of the Desert taking a Spirit Leech from our friend, the Demon Prince of Nurgle. He's getting a few shots in the back, isn't minding it too much, and then a Spirit Leech. All right, he minds that a little bit. I feel like more elite infantry should have ITP. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't think ITP is that overpowered. It would make elite units feel better. But maybe that's just me. Like, I think Phoenix Herald should have ITP. They literally know how they die in the lore. Like, when you become a Phoenix Guard, you get shown a vision of how you die. So they shouldn't be afraid of anything. Because if they see King Kong coming straight at them, they go, the vision showed me dying alone in a bathtub, so I don't see any bathtub around here. I'm good. I'm fine. Anyway. Chaos Trolls helping out some of these Chosen of Khorne continue to grind through the Tomb Kings. Some Hellstriders have come back to be pushed away by the Sphinx of Uxkhef. The Chosen of the Gods will start crumbling. That is really all we need. Sparkle Stalker is also very low, so things are looking so darn good for the Warriors of Chaos right now. They are fine with this state of the game. As my gin and tonic, mostly gin, gets stirred up a little bit, let's go. KV, I wasn't expecting that. Bro, King Kong carries the bathtub with him. Puts the high elf in the bathtub, and then just slams his fist into it. Alright. Chosen of the Gods and Sparkle Stalkers shooting at these armored Chaos Trolls who are routing off, but the balance of power is just the fakest thing we've ever seen. We do have some full health Carrion that are running out of things to do in this game. And these Chosen with halberds are just a ticking time bomb for the Tomb Kings in this game. That is a real Skeleton Warrior. I actually thought that was an Arkan summon for a long time, but that is a real Skeleton Warrior as the Chosen Khorne continue to chop through these guys. And the Chosen Khorne are up to 320 kills. That is why I love them in this matchup. Because that doesn't count crumbling, that doesn't count disintegrating, right? So you maybe kill 100, 110 of the models of a Tomb King unit before it'll disintegrate because of just how damage spread works. So this guy's pretty much killed 3 infantry units. The other ones killed about 3 infantry units as well. So between these two Chosen of Khorne, they've killed 6 infantry units of the Tomb Kings. Oh, I love them. They're so fun. They're so good. As the Desert are gone, the Chosen of the Gods are next. The Demon Prince should probably just land on them. I guess he's concerned about the Sphinx of Usef. I get that. And he's just gonna land on him anyway. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. Fate of Buna is out this time on the Chosen of the Halberds. I do like that a lot, but what is this? Is it a counter Rancid Visitation? Sorry, Fleshy Abundance, the good one. It's counter Fleshy Abundance. Now our Demon Prince friend might be doomed, as the Sphinx of Usef is hurting him. Spirit Leech hurts him even more, but Trolls come in clutch. Peel off the Sphinx of Usef, add a little bit of mass to keep him at bay, but actually Arkan the Black is going for it, and he does dip the demon down below 0 leadership, but he rallies and gets back into the sky. And that could be a way to lose this game, honestly. If the Demon Prince dies, we now know that Chosen are not ITP, so if one terror routes away from the Sphinx of Usef, it could trigger army losses and just lose them the game. Chosen of Khorne continuing to fight it out, even killing one of Arkan's summons before its timer wears out. Almost. One of the Chosen does rout, and now Carrion can chase it off the map. But the Sphinx of Usef, its full HP was holding up the balance of power for the Tomb King so much that now that it actually had to fight these Chosen with halberds, it is having such a terrible time. And that Fleshy Abundance countercast was really, really good for this Chosen with halberds. Because Arkan's thrown out a lot of Fate of Bunas this game. I've seen at least 2, maybe 3, if I'm misremembering. And he's used Spirit Leeches. He probably doesn't have another Fate of Buna in him. Meanwhile, in the background, the Carrion do finish off the Demon Prince of Nurgle. He just dies from being harassed by them too much. Chucks out a Spirit Leech with the last of his Winds of Magic since he knows he is dying. Might as well get that damage value out. But that is concerning for the Warriors of Chaos. Their leadership is about to take a hit. These Trolls will probably both get routing, and let's see if anybody can do anything about those Chosen. But the Sphinx of Uskef is dying, and without that source of terror, you're not going to be able to cheese these Chosen out of the fight. You're going to have to actually kill them, and we all know the Tomb Kings don't have the resources left to naturally kill them. It is a terror out or bust. as the Sphinx continues to take damage, continues to crumble away. His time is about gone. Balance of power goes further into the favor of the Tomb Kings, and I think that is the fakest shit I've ever seen, as Arkan is melting before our eyes in these Chosen. Now the balance of power is going back towards the middle, where it should be. It should even be in the Tomb Kings, in the Warriors of Chaos favor. As the Source of Terror dies, nothing matters now. The Chosen cannot be stopped. Arkan does throw down a quick summon to try and save himself, but it won't be enough. Spirit Leech routes off the Chosen according to dual weapons, but these Chosen with Halberds still have 30 leadership, 24, and it's while they're getting rear charged. I really don't think their leadership can spike down enough for them to get out of here. They're down to 15 leadership as I say that, but Arkan will die with a final Spirit Leech cast. He goes, Skeleton Warrior fades away. Now army losses will hit soon, as the Carrion are not enough to fight these Chosen with Halberds. Join the Discord. Having a good kebab? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. For Papa Palpatine. So Complex Slayer, that's who he was fighting. Complex Slayer, in a very close game, brought 1,400 guys. The Chosen killed 700-ish. 1,100. The Chosen killed all but 300 of the models in the enemy army. They did so good. Demon Prince did fine. A lot of healing and support. The Chosen of the Gods, not them. So many Chosen. Chosen of Khorne, one got okay value, the other one got fine value. Chosen with Halberds got 3,400 though, so they did a lot. Trolls honestly stuck around a lot more than I thought they would. Marauders with Throwing Axes mostly died. Basic Marauders mostly died. GG. Complex Slayer, Arkan got great value. Sphinx did fine. Had some pretty clutch terror routes. His 2 ranged units did fantastically, though. That is the real carry potential of the Tomb Kings. Skeleton Chariots were a bit annoying, I guess. And Carrion were good at chasing stuff off. It was GG. Everybody loved it. Demon Prince W. Boom. If we have Imrik die before his caster in any game, the stream will end. We're close. We're close to a bingo. Close to a bingo, bango, bongo. Let's see what the hell this is about. Let's see what this is about. Pigman 202 versus Big JP. Demons of Chaos versus Lizardmen. This is a very top-tier faction versus a shit-tier faction. And that is a Shredder of Lustria with a Saurus Scar Veteran. I believe he's taking his minus leadership item. I think he's just trying to nuke the leadership of the Demons of Chaos. Alright. We have a Soul Grinder of Tzeentch for the Demons of Chaos, some Flesh Hounds, some Shrieking Skyrays, and other Screamers I thought I saw. We do have the Eternal Entourage, Heartseekers of Slaanesh, Bringers of Beguilement, Exalted Plaguebearers of Nurgle, the Frolickers Bubonic, an Exalted Great Unclean One, also of Nurgle, as opposed to an Exalted Great Unclean One of Death, by the way. Not like, what, is there an Exalted Great Unclean One of Tzeentch? Very funny. Alright, Skink Skirmishers lose about half their HP to the Shrieking Skyrays. Oh my goodness. We do have, for Lizardmen, 4 Skink Skirmishers, 3 Skink Cohorts of Javelins, actually a 4th in the background, 2 Saurus Spears, do have a Cohort of Waddle, a Slann Mage Priest of Life with Regrowth and Earthblood, Saurus Scar Veteran with his Plaque of Dominion, -8 leadership, and then we also have the -8 leadership aura of the Shredder of Lustria, and no, being demonic does not make you immune to this -8 leadership, so if these guys get into a fight together, there will be -16 AoE leadership, which is brutal. Hi, Rusty. How you doing? Soul Grinder of Tzeentch spending most of his time shooting at the Cohort of Waddle right now. Not shooting at the Shredder or the Life Slann, interestingly enough. I guess they're across trees, but maybe he really wants to get rid of the Cohort of Waddle. We're going to have a bit of shooting for a bit, so I will play it at ×2 speed. Heartseeker is going to run down and kill off these Skink Skirmishers who routed. That's free real estate, and they're more than happy to do it. Shrieking Skyrays get another shot off into the skink cohorts with javelins, and Fleshhounds are trying to route them so that they can be swept up later, and it does end up working. But at what cost? As the Fleshhounds get caught up by the Shredder, take about half their HP. Really don't enjoy that. And then the Skinks rally before they even get far enough away. So the Demons of Chaos did not get anything from that. Big JP is moving up nice and slow. Saurus Spears catch the Eternal Entourage in the trees for a little bit of damage. Then they're going to back off as the Shredder chases them around. A Regrowth trying to heal up the Horde of Waddle, and the Soul Grinder of Tzeentch has almost used all of its ammunition already, which is actually kind of concerning. Frolickers Bubonic jump in, and they will die so fast in this current setup. Fleshhounds of Khorne also trying to get a little bit of value, but this is looking rough for the Demons on the start. They got one Skink Skirmisher, which was pretty good, but the rest of this has been a bit of a disaster, because the Horde of Waddle are just getting healed up, and Soul Grinder is about to become useless. Shredder is now taking some damage from the Soul Grinder, so that's nice, but this Fleshhound is also about to bite the dust, especially when the Shredder gets in range for that minus leadership aura. There it is, and then there's Demonic Instability crumbling. Goodbye, Fleshhounds. This is a problem. Way too many Skinks are in this one spot. If he had a Stream of Corruption up, that could have hit like 6, 7, 8 units. But it looks like he's not in range and also not that interested in killing off the Skinks for now. Ooh, Saurus Garbender gets caught out alone. That is a bit of a problem. Salon is going to offer an Earthblood to heal up the Shredder of Lustria a little bit, but Saurus Guard Veteran getting left behind the rest of the blob will be a bit of a problem now. Salon's bound Banishment, going through Exalted Plague Bearers of Nurgle, and then it kind of T-poses for a little bit off-center and goes off. So unfortunately, the Banishment didn't get as many Plague Bearers as they could have, but also, to be fair, it didn't go back into Lizardmen and kill off a ton of their units. Horde of Waddle are now rampage because I believe the Bringers of Beguilement entered the fight. Yes, they have. They're rampaging anything they touch at this point because everything's already taken a good amount of damage. Saurus Guard is down to about half HP, and I have messages. Why? Okay. Seekers don't surround him. I mean, he still lost half his HP. Saurus Spears are coming out to try and help him out a little bit. The Shredder of Lustria is still fighting. And look at these Exalted Plague Bearers. These guys are notorious for lasting forever. And even their leadership is getting low with all this crap going on around them. Fleshy Abundance Overcast trying to heal up this entire blob of Demons of Chaos units. And it is working for now. The Shredder is in deep, though, with an Overcast Regrowth for himself. This is healing versus healing, ladies and gentlemen. A shocker. Horde of Waddle have taken a lot of damage despite all the healing they have received. Skink cohorts are routing in every different direction, though we do have some Skink skirmishers getting to safety and firing back in. The Shredder's just trying to find any targets to fight whatsoever, though, wow, those Exalted Plague Bearers really healed up, and a Horn of Khorne has been cast on this entire blob. Bringers of Beguilement can do a lot of damage to the Shredder. They can do a lot of damage. I forget what replay it was Coop sent me once, but I remember the Bringers of Beguilement tearing apart several large armored monsters. I'm trying to think what matchup that was. It wasn't this one, but the same concept applies. The Shredder only has 36 melee offense. Demonettes, 63 melee attack, magic damage, armor piercing. They'll tear right through that guy. Things are looking a little rough. Our Plaque of Dominion caster has rejoined the fight. Maybe he can use his spell sometime soon. Get that -8 leadership aura. That would get rid of the Eternal Entourage. The Shredder's taking a ton of damage. Bringers of Beguilement probably have insane value. 1600 and climbing, yeah, that's pretty good. The Lizardman Blob was no match for the Demons of Chaos, apparently. Another overcasted Fleshy Abundance, really? Oh, wow. Okay, that's probably GG at that point. Bringers of Beguilement, the Exalted Plague Bearers, all healing right back up. Shredder's going to rout any second now. And then without him, the Lizardmen just have nothing left. Screamer's kind of trying to chase off all those guys. Does Cold-Blooded stop Rampage from other stuff? Yes. Yes, it does. Big Banishment goes through. Fecundity's trying to heal up these guys too. Almost heal capping the Bringers of Beguilement, which is strange. The Shrieking Skyrays get killed off by the Shredder. Okay. Okay. It is heal capped. It's trying to make a comeback. Wait, is there any way this happens? Soul Grinder's almost heal capped. Fleshy, whatever you guys are. Exalted Plague Bearers. Demonette's almost heal capped. But nah. Salon's terror routing. Shredder's about to rout too as soon as Cold-Blooded wears off. Nah, this is GG. Demons of Chaos with the W. 3,100 on Pigman's Lord. 2,500 on his Soul Grinder. It's good stuff. Bringers of Beguilement, 2,900. There you go. I told you they'd get good value. You didn't believe me. For Big JP, His life Slon, the healing Slon, got 1900 value because Slon things. Shredder got 3800. Saurus did okay. And the Skinks mostly got massacred, though some of them actually did manage to pay for themselves. I rescind my statement, Skinks. You did fine. We did not get anything on there. No Carnosaur. I don't want to cast Grand Cathay right now. I'm skipping that one. Putting the veto on it. Let's do Butcherbird's Bretonnia. Let's do it. Let's do it. We haven't cast any Bretonnia so far, right? I can't avoid it forever. Shogunik playing more vampire counts versus Butcherbird's Bretonnia. Oh boy. Remember, for every subscriber we get tonight, I will eat my shoes. No Carnosaur? There was not a Carnosaur. The Saurus Scar Veteran was on foot. The Shredder of Austria is not a Carnosaur. Okay, what do we got? What's happening? Who's around me right now? Knights of the Realm and Grail Knights, 2 apiece for the forces of Bretonnia. We do have some Peasant Bowmen with Pox and Fire Arrows. Battle Pilgrims, including the Holy Wardens of La Mazatil. Then some Peasant Mobs, a Healing Caster, and Alberic de Bordelot. Here's a Carnosaur. Thanks, buddy. Just subscribe, get your shoes. I don't think I will. I lied to you. Anyway, Sternsman, other Graveguard, a bunch of zombies. We do have a Blood Dragon Vampire Lord yet again, because he is a really, really, really good Lord. Some Direwolves, Blood Knights, and a Vargheist. So 2 Blood Knights total. 4 dogs total, I guess. Oh, I suppose you have to deal with the archers, but 4 seems like a lot. And I'm concerned. I'm immediately concerned. This matchup a long, long time ago was Blood Knights versus Grail Knights, and it was close. And it's still Blood Knights versus Grail Knights, I guess, but Grail Knights are not the Grail Knights they used to be. They are jacked. They have been to the gym all day, every day for the past 4 years. And kind of style on Blood Knights right now, so I'm concerned. If we get a good breath attack from the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, if we get like a Helm of Discord buff, maybe they can win, as that's a good breath attack. Almost one-shots the Holy Wardens. Dang. Grail Knights and Knights of the Realm are starting to try and get involved, and that will leave this backline a little more open for the dogs to maybe try and sneak in and just suicide for some of these bowmen. But the front line right now is going very well for the vampire counts, mostly with that breath attack support. But the Sternsmen and the other Graveguard that are mixed throughout here are doing pretty well against the Peasant Mobs and the Battle Pilgrims. They're getting shot by a bunch of arrows right now, but a good pressuring front line is nice, because then Butcherbird is tempted to use his Knights of the Realm or Grail Knights to rear charge the front line, and then the Hounds can play. For now, Blood Knights and Direwolves trying to sneak through this front line and get onto the back line, but oh boy, this is turning into a massive vice grip. All 4 Knights and Alberic closing in on this situation, but can the Blood Dragon Lord make use of this? Wherever there is a blob, there's a Dragon Breath attack to punish it, and Vargheist also get their own charge onto these Grail Knights who are fighting Blood Knights. Honestly, the Blood Knights can the Grail Knights can probably kill both of these Blood Knights and the Vargheist even in a fight, but the Blood Dragon Lord popping down, their stats are now 9 and 10 with that Helm of Discord. It's pretty massive. Dogs did avoid the blob fight in general. That is really good use of them, and they are now getting on to the archers instead of just trying to help fight cavalry that they have no business fighting whatsoever. Even with the Helm of Discord, the Knight fight is going to Bretonnia. Overcast the Invocation Heck trying to keep the Blood Knights in it, but the Grail Knights are overall winning, even with one of the Knights of the Realm peeling out to go deal with dogs. Vargheist walked away. They need to come back now for that armor-piercing value, but even then, I don't know. I'm a little concerned if the Knights of the Realm get a free charge on them while they're on the ground. It could take massive damage. The Blood Knights are all but spent for this engagement. They probably won't make it out of here alive. Dogs still trying to kill Peasant Archers as these dogs fail to kill off Peasant Archers. I usually have this experience with Vampire Coast dogs, but unpopular opinion, I think Undead dogs generally need a buff. They're okay, but they're not very good compared to other dogs. Compared to wolf rats, compared to Norskin dogs, undead dogs suck. Hot take. Because there's things like this. Like, this dog's been eating this peasant forever, and it's just ignoring him, and he's crumbling away. I know they're unbreakable, but still. I play a lot of Vampire Coast, alright? That's where my opinion comes from. A salty Vampire Coast secondary main. One Grail Knight is very low, receiving a bit of healing. One Knight of the Realm is healthy, this other Knight of the Realm is healthy. There's the other Grail Knight. The other Grail Knight's chilling, and so is Alberic. That's the big problem with the Vampire counts. It is cool that they're almost finished killing one Grail Knight, but there's a whole nother one, and there's Alberic you have to get through. And there's still Battle Pilgrims. The front line for the Vampire counts has not been going well in the long run. They are slowly getting ground down. So those Battle Pilgrims will be around. Blood Dragon Lord got a little bit of damage on the Damsel of Life, but he doesn't finish the job. And this is so scary. Can he get back into the sky? It looks like he kind of does, but then he lands voluntarily, which I'm shocked he landed at all in front of those Grail Knights. I thought they were going to pile onto him, but they lost their attack orders because he did take off for like half a second and then land down. Peasant archers are coming back, and I don't see any dogs around that aren't a part of the blob fight or something like that that can go out and rout them again. So those guys are going to start firing in for free. And poison arrows plus fire arrows, if those are around, that reduces healing and reduces your damage. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad for you, Vampire Counts friends. We'll see what they can do. Bounce power is slightly Bretonnia favored, but I think the longer this goes on, the more it favors Bretonnia. I don't really know what the Vampire Counts late game plan would even be. Dinos are rad, gotta love dinos. Best faction is the dino faction. The dinos are pretty cool. Lizardmen are pretty cool, I'll give you that. They were my first campaign in Warhammer 2. They're the only reason I picked it up. I honestly wasn't going to grab Warhammer 2, because I didn't know I liked Skaven at the time. I thought the Skaven were just the vermin type enemy that I killed tons of, so I was like, these suck. I got Warhammer 2 entirely to play Kroq-Gar. Alright, the Knights of Bretonnia, 3 of them are quite damaged, but there's still one above half-health Grail Knight that has tons of healing it could receive from the Damsel of Life. Alberic took a little bit of damage there. It looks like the Blood Dragon Lord is going to go for the Damsel of Life here soon. It looks like that's where he's maybe pathing to go. Another Earthblood for the Grail Knights and Knights of the Realm. Everybody loves the healing Bretonnian Knights. This Graveguard attempt to fight against Battle Pilgrims. The Sternsmen are also still staying in the fight. And this Blood Dragon Lord is going off on his own to chase down Knights of the Realm and Grail Knights. This could be a fatal error, as he already takes a lot of damage despite how damaged these guys are. He summons a zombie to give himself a little bit of breathing room as more zombies are over here where the blob fight used to be. Sternsman going to get run down in the distance by Grail Knights. Big charge damage. Oh! A third to half the HP taken off that Sternsman on one charge from the Grail Knights. That is so brutal. And the tithe are picking off peasants. What does the Blood Dragon Lord do? He has not been able to kill the Damsel of Life, which just favors Bretonnia more and more as the game goes on. One breath attack left. A little bit of fast forward as the Blood Dragon Lord tries to fight Alberic in the sky. Alberic's going to run away. Dives down. There was a breath attack, but it hit a peasant mob, which is unfortunate. It did not hit a Grail Knight. And this is really the final battle. If Alberic dies, then the Vampire Counts can win. But if the Grail Knights just surrounded that Blood Dragon Lord there, they would have killed him outright. Sternsman still healing up in the distance, but that is really it for the Vampire Counts. It's this healthy Blood Dragon Lord and the Sternsman, while a Grail Knight and Alberic are just waiting to eat you alive. I legitimately think this game is 100% over. There's no way the Blood Dragon Lord comes back. He uses Helm of Discord, but Bird's just going to back off. Get some more healing elsewhere. Wait for the Helm of Discord to fade away. VC can't win. They can't. Dives in, zombie summon, his heal cap's in sight. He's getting slapped without even... The healthy Grail Knight isn't even here, and the Blood Dragon Lord's dying. CA made Halo Wars? No, they didn't. Did they? It was a Bretonnia win. The Grail Knight Blood Knight fight just is not remotely close. These two Blood Knights together paid for one of themselves. Dogs are played with pretty good, but the undead dogs just kind of struggle at the moment. For Butcherbird and Alberic and the boys, Knights of the Realm did fine. Grail Knights, 4,100 value in one of the Grail Knights. That really tells you all you need to know about this matchup. Is that anything? Was that a thing? No. I have 5 pings. Why? Alright, I'll deal with that more later. F&G sent us another replay. I'll save it. I'll save it because he guarantees me. He guarantees me it's a bingo square. And I'm looking for some bingo squares right now. Now you might say, Humor Boy, I thought the whole point was you didn't know what was in the replays. You didn't know when the stream was going to end. And I said, shut up. I can cheat. I can cheat. I can do whatever I want. All right, what do we got? He guaranteed me it has a bingo square on it. Bavarat and F&G. High elves, dark elves. For the dark elves. Supreme Sorceress of Dark on a dragon with Shoal Stealer and Power of Darkness. No one is surprised. He said that before the gin and tonic, hold the tonic. Witch Elves, Black Ark Corsairs, Colden Knights, Dark Riders. Pretty standard Dark Elf stuff. On the other side, Alarielle the Radiant with Arcane Unforging and Earthblood. And that there is high magic without apotheosis. We take those. We take those. Frostheart Phoenix. Spearmen, White Lions of Krace. Spearmen, White Lions of Krace. A bunch of archers. 5 archers. Spearmen, Illyrian Reavers, and more spearmen. Frostheart Phoenix poking down the Sorceress of Dark a little bit. Just being annoying. And oh lord, Alarielle the Radiant's going in for it. The double birds are trying to goon her out. She can Soul Stealer to heal up, though Arcane Unforging does reset cooldowns by 30 seconds, so maybe that could help out. It looks like nothing is coming back to help her. Ooh, yeah, there are some Cold Knights there. That could get a little spoopy. Archer's still firing as the Dark Elves pile in. And Arcane Unforging Overcast is chucked onto her. That is a lot. I guess it decreases cooldown by 45 seconds, but still. It seems aggressive. Frostheart Phoenix and Alarielle now surrounded as they continue to try and goon out this Supreme Sorceress of Dark, though it doesn't seem to be working out for them. Backline is under threat. Dark Riders and Coldwood Knights, plus just the sheer massive infantry the Dark Elves brought, are trying to get through the gaps, though Archers are shooting Witch Elves for free, as I think most of the Dark Elf micros back here are trying to deal with this situation, and they forgot some Witch Elves in the process. We also have a bit of blobbing of the Dark Elf front lines. They occasionally aren't maximizing their space and having a couple of their units pile up on top of each other. Dark Riders and Coldwood Knights trying to rear charge the front line and help get through faster rather than fully deal with the Archers or the Illyrian Reavers, and now they cycle down to the Archers while others cycle charge the Spearmen. I like that. That's a pretty good play. Because if you can break that flank, then your infantry can harass the Archers and you don't need to rely on Coldwood Knights to like grind through infantry, which is not at all what they do well. Meanwhile, Illyrian Reavers diving in onto Coldwood Riders. They'll do okay. Not great versus these Coldwood Riders, but they'll do fine. There's enough of them, and the Coldwood Riders are super outnumbered. Supreme Sorceress of Dark trying to return to the fight. Probably wants to Soul Stealer like right here, where she can hit 3 or 4 or 5 units, and then still heal herself up. And Alarielle and the Frostheart Phoenix didn't care a lick. They don't care. They probably got an Earthblood. One of the Stars of Avalon was used, but they're fine with this whole situation. There's a Soul Stealer right about where I thought it would be. And the Dark Elf's murderous mastery and murderous prowess is now popped. Another Arcane Unforging is coming out for the Supreme Sorceress of Dark. And once again, the birds are on her, shutting her down. High Elves look like they're about to rout in this situation. Not sure how long they can hold on, but if this does become a mass rout, that'd be huge for the Dark Elves, as most of the Archers are under duress or already routed off. And Dark Riders and Coldwood Knights from the backfield fight are now starting to rejoin this backline, and once again going to try and shut down some of these Archers. The Hives are very far ahead on balance of power. The double birds still harassing the Supreme Sorceress of Dark, really cutting her to pieces, and the front line of the Dark Elves has just not gotten it done. They are losing to the High Elf front line despite how outnumbered the High Elves are. It's that 5 archer support that's been really, really good for them. Supreme Sorceress of Dark either getting poked by 2 birds or getting pin cushioned by all these archers. She has not had a good time, and despite her Soul Stealer, she's still very, very low. Earthblood from Alarielle trying to heal up some of these spears. And another Soul Stealer is out, trying to keep the Supreme Sorceress of Dark in this game as a combatant. But man, those archers are starting to hurt a lot. Blacker Corsair still getting through. Spearman. And what? Oh, the High Elves won. Yes, okay. For some reason, my brain thought that the High Elves surrendered. Alarielle and her Frostheart Phoenix did fine. Not amazing value, but they were annoying for sure. Spearmen and White Lions of Krace did fine. And the High Elf archers went pew-pew all day long. For Bavarat, his lord struggled very much so throughout the whole game. Black Corsairs did fine. And the rest of the Dark Elf infantry spam rode the struggle bus. Wondered if you're pretty hyped about the Packers being the Cowboy. I know you're not a huge fan or anything. I couldn't care in the slightest. I half-heartedly care about the Vikings. That's about it. The Minnesota Vikings. That's about it. Like, if the Vikings do well, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Good for them. And, like, if they go far, I might catch a game or two here and there. But I am not... I don't care about the Packers. Like, actually, fuck the Packers. As a Minnesota fan, I'm tired of hearing about the Packers. Because, like, dude... All right. So here's the thing. Before you're like, whoa, fuck the Packers. I love the Packers. What? Think of it from my perspective. You're allowed to like the Packers. You're allowed to. That's fine. I don't. And you know why I don't? Is because Minnesota is Steven, okay? And Wisconsin is Kyle. Now, Steven gets his homework in on time. Steven has an after-school job that he works at for $7 an hour. He's a good kid. He works at, like, McDonald's or something. Steven doesn't get a date. He doesn't get a date. The girls don't really like him. Nobody talks about him much. He doesn't have a lot of friends. But he's good at his homework. He's a nice kid. He has a job. He's responsible. He's a responsible kid. That's Steven. That's where I live. Kyle is fucking Wisconsin. Kyle hasn't done his homework in 8 months. Kyle doesn't know what a job is. But Kyle's parents are rich. Kyle's handsome. And Kyle's the star of the football team. But he's the quarterback, so he doesn't have to do that much. He has to occasionally throw a ball around and fuck a cheerleader. That's all he has to do. And everybody loves him. And the teachers go, oh, Kyle, I noticed you have like a C- in history. That could stop you from going to a good college. But because you're real good at throwing balls around, let's just bump that shit up to an A and get you off to Harvard with a scholarship. Sweet, bro. Love it. That's Kyle. That's fucking Wisconsin. So I'm so tired of hearing about the fucking Packers because it's like, oh, hey, we got a good team that does good things. Great, good for you. Our team sucks. Our team always sucks. Leave me alone. Because Packers always do fine. I feel like the worst the Packers ever do is fine. Alrighty. Let's cast some more Skaven. Imrik dies before caster. Hold on. Let me see if I even have an Imrik replay left that could possibly happen. Because I deleted some. Before I even started the stream, I deleted some that I didn't think would be interesting based off builds alone. So if it's Imrik and a life caster, I probably deleted it. Yeah, I have no shot of getting that Imrik square. I have 0 chance of getting the Imrik square. Okay. Norska versus Empire. Ooh, this one actually fills one. Nice, nice. We'll take that. We'll take that. I looked ahead of time, because this stream does have to end someday. Human Boy Sports Podcast when? When I learned anything about sports. I can talk to you about esports. We have a replay from Tears Was 99 and Albanoa. But no, I don't know shit about sports besides League of Legends. And then if you would call Total Warhammer a sport, then I know about that. But yeah. UW sells hard cider and cheese curds. Change the square for something else? Nah. I could just play a quick battle and let my Highcaster die. Anyway. The Empire Rush thing? That's this. It is Empire Rush, baby. They have 2 Huntsmen, and that's all of their range. No War Wagons, no Sunmaker, nothing. No Outriders, grenade launchers. So for the Empire, we have Knights of the Blazing Sun, Empire Knights, Karl Franz, and wow, the Knights of the Blazing Sun are just taking the fight with some armored skinwolves. And they're slapping these fools. Knights of the Blazing Sun with Insane charge bonus and their fire damage do very well, despite the fact that the skinwolves are armored. Karl Franz pops all of his buffs, but even then, with Hunter of Champions, he's down to 27 melee defense. And he's going to try and get out of here. Spirit Leech pokes him down. So as for the Norskin build, by the way, we have Wulfric the Wanderer on his Mammoth, a Skinwolf Werekin, a Deathcaster, some Marauder Champions, Armored Skinwolves, and some Javelin Throwers. And the Beast of Tashnar. On the side of the Empire, we have a ton of Empire Knights, Knights of the Blazing Sun, 2 Huntsmen, a couple Halberds, Spearmen frontline, Jade Wizard with Regrowth and Earthblood. And did I mention Empire Knights? Because there's a lot of them. Karl Franz is still getting sniped out, as he even gets an undercasted Regrowth and Foe Seeker trying to get him out of trouble. The Skinwolf Werekin did not want to let him go, but eventually, flying goes a whoosh, a whoosh. What the hell is happening? Empire Knights getting chased off by Armored Skinwolves. Other Armored Skinwolves running back to deal with these other Empire Knights, as Marauder Champions and the Javelin Throwers also do a lot of damage to them. So that Empire Knight's probably going to be sacrificed to the Dark Gods. 1 Regrowth has already been cast on Franz. We'll see how many more he gets throughout this game as the Norscan Warhound rallies in front of Empire Knights. Probably going to die soon unless they get Micro out of here. And actually, looks like they're getting Micro out of here, so good for them. Mammoth of Wulfric the Wanderer is wandering straight into Huntsman. Now he has 12,000 HP and a little bit of missile resist, but that might not be enough as his Boat of Boats goes through the Huntsman, kills 0 models, and he will continue to get shot in the face. In the distance, Armored Skinwolves and the Skinwolf Werekin trying to fight against Karl Franz and the boys. But the boys are proven to be a little bit more than they can handle, and one of the Skinwolves is already routing. Spearmen chasing down the Marauder Hunters with Javelins, and Knights of the Blazing Sun going to get a free rear charge onto them, but it looks like they're going for the Shaman Sorcerer of Death, which not as juicy of a target as that Javelin. Wulfric's back here causing a little bit of disruption, a little bit of panic, a little bit of problems. Doing good. Why does the Hovey makes bad content and whatnot cross? Because all my content is good content. Huntsman shooting at the Huntsman shooting at Wulfric. It's fine. The casters are fighting it out as Jade Wizard takes a Spirit Leech and then gets run down by this Shaman Sorcerer of Death. Taking a little bit of damage. Franz does walk these Skinwolves off, and they had a lot of health left, so that's actually a pretty big pick-off for him. Good job, Franz. Nice job running all of them down. The Empire continues to do their best, but Wulfric is in deep trouble. He is surrounded by halberds and spears, and there are huntsmen nearby that can poke him down. He is having a very bad time with this. Norscan Warhound's going to get run down by Empire Knights too, so the Empire is getting a little bit more steam back in here. They've lost their Jade Wizard for now, but if Franz picks him up on his way home, he should be fine. Yeah, he should be fine. Wulfric's down to about half HP. No healing for him, obviously. And these Marauder Champions are about to take a rear charge from the Knights of the Blazing Sun and Empire Knights. But Wulfric's here to help out as well. I think overall that's going to be a fine situation for the Norscans to be in. But the caster is alive and well. Ooh. Another Sea Fang through the Huntsman is going to rout those ones off this time, and that buys Wulfric a little bit of time. Anyway, caster got left alone by the Deathcaster because Franz was coming, and the Deathcaster realized that he didn't want to get punked. The Skinwolf that is still in the fight, plus the Beast of Tashnar, are going to get rid of these swordsmen, and Knights of the Blazing Sun are also going to have to run for their lives. But the Skinwolf Werekin is surrounded by spearmen. He doesn't really like that at all. Franz is landing. All of his buffs are popped, though so is Hunter of Champions. So his melee defense is quite low, but his melee attack is very high. Wulfric's at 7,000 HP. Franz is only at 3,200. 3 melee defense for him now that Danger Ground is worn off, but he's still kicking the shit out of Wulfric. Wulfric got a little hit onto him there. It's 4,000 to 2,300 now, but man, Wulfric is getting punked by the Emperor himself. Oh my god. He's getting good damage out. Franz is down to 1,000 HP, but so is Wulfric. And at the start, it was a 2-to-1 advantage in HP as both Lords just sign a Suicide Pact to go down together. As Franz is going to take a Doom and Darkness that routes him off. Interesting. I thought that was a Spirit Leech going to be up. Some Knights of the Blazing Sun are trying to peel off the Deathcaster from the Jade Wizard, and it does work. He is forced to run away, but Franz is routed off by that Doom and Darkness, and when it wears off, he should be back. He'll be fine. The Wulfric's also quite damaged. Norsca is still up on the balance of power. Let's find out why. Beasts of Tashnar are fighting Empire Knights. Empire Knights should win that? Should? It's hard to tell. No armor piercing on the dogs, but they do have bonus versus large, and Empire Knights don't have amazing stats when they don't have the charge. Skinwolf Werekin's trying to help some Marauder champions clear through a lot of state troops, which takes plenty of time. And Wulfric has taken a lot of damage. He's still getting chased out by the Knights of Blazing Sun, who are just poking him away slowly but surely. And Armored Skinwolves are not seeming to get the job done on stopping him. Brave Shaman of Death. I don't know why I said Brave Shaman of Death. Shaman Sorcerer of Death. Trying to fight the Jade Wizard, but Franz is coming in hot. And I think... Oh, no. Wulfric died. That's brutal. Skinwolves are probably going to rout just because they exist and they feel like routing. Beasts of Tashnar might rout soon for the same reasons. The Deathcaster is also routing. That leaves two Marauder champions who are very damaged with the Skinwolf Werekin. Skinwolf Werekin's at full health, to be fair. But that's about, you know, that doesn't mean a whole lot. Franz back in the sky, shatters off and kills the Deathcaster. And I think his next target is the Skinwolf Werekin. Earthblood for him to heal up a little bit. Empire Knight's trying to charge through some of these Marauder champions. Now the Beasts of Tashnar might be able to kill the Spearmen on the charge, then go get to those Huntsmen. They're taking a lot of damage in the process. See how long they can hold on. Well, Norsca has nothing off of my screen. Literally all they have left is the Skinwolf Werekin and these Marauder champions. Werekin is not able to catch Franz. He's now surrounded by halberds and does not love that. He is not McDonald's fresh. He is not loving it. Skinwolf Werekin still trying to hunt down Franz. That is a last-ditch effort to save this game, is just to snipe out Franz, actually kill him, and then the Imperials might lose enough leadership that maybe the Marauder champions can clutch it out. But it's not going to be the case. This thing's terror out. That is GG. Franz did great. Knights of Blazing Sun did fine. Huntsman also did fine. I have a kitty cat on my lap. He's cute. Wulfric, 3,100 value for a mammoth character is nothing to sneeze at. GG. Alright, let's go to the Photoshop. That was Empire Rush. Less than 3 ranged. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Okay. I'm tired. I'm tired of the joke. You know what? I'm tired of you guys. I'm tired of the joke. So, here's what we're going to do. Hold on. I'm going to get one of these squares myself because I'm tired of you guys. Alright, we're getting one of these squares. Show us Skaven Kite. Segos, why are you awake? And Skaven Kite sucks. Skaven suck. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get one of the squares. Go! 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 Yes! Yes! Zombies versus goblin laborers and an overseer. I refuse to fast forward. Oh no. Would this be considered bad content? Is this not enjoyable content? That's a shame. That's a shame that this isn't good, amazing content. You don't like zombies shambling towards goblin laborers? We're committing to the bit. We're committing to the bit. We're here until army losses happens. So buckle the fuck up. Do no commentary. All right, did I give my master necromancer orders? I did. All right, yeah. No, we're still in it. We're still in it. I'm getting that bingo square. You can't stop me. We'll get there, don't you worry. Hummus winning will always be a bingo square. Rest in peace, me. I have a Discord message, but I don't want to alt tab because that'll slow us down even more, so I'm just going to check on my phone. That gin and tonic with 4 shots of gin is real. That is some real shit. God damn. Dude, we'll get there. We'll get there. This is one giant ass map. That's the bit. Welcome to the bit. I'm just gonna text. I'm not even gonna pay attention. Alright, who messaged me on Discord and why? Messages, Blags. I had a corn game in Friday Night Fights if you know it. Did you win? We're gonna get there! How has viewership gone up while we're watching this? Oh my god. Holy shit! They're coming! The Gobos! We made it! Yeah! Where the hell are you go? Oh, you're flanking. You're flanking by zombies. I'm so scared. All you need now is one of your brownies and you're good to go. Hell yeah. That overseer's gonna carry. I have no idea how we're gonna kill him as he tears through my zombies. Zombies are doing a little better than I thought they would into these goblin laborers. Kinda speaks to how bad goblin laborers are if zombies can beat them and goblin laborers are 50 gold more. Yeah, goblins are actually about to break. Wow, Master Necromancer has 300 weapon strength. That's kind of insane. Alright, those guys will rout soon. So that's cool. Just summon Krell? I don't wanna. You can't make me. To be fair, the zombies are buffed by the corpse cart. I guess. But the goblin laborers are buffed by malign authority, so... Who's the real Manchurian candidate? But we can't kill the Overseer, dude. This shit's over. I can't fast forward because that would be good content. And we're filling out a bingo square here. Zombies. I'll handle him. I'll handle him. You go deal with the goblin laborers. I got him. I got him, dude. I got him, fam. It does not appear that I've got him. Actually, I think this might be bugged, because I have 33 melee attack and 300 weapon strength. I should have hit him by now, but I literally never have. So I don't think the Master Necromancer on his corpse cart actually has, like, a functioning melee attack. Come on, one more hit and that'll be army losses. Yeah, he got the hit. Where's the army losses? You serious? Look at that balance of power. This shit's over. I'm crumbling. Just call it. Just call it. Yeah! Yeah! We did it! A 6-minute game of goblin laborers fighting zombies! Send it! Human Boy makes bad content. Boom. Alright, where are we at in this thing? I need 2 Fiends or Blood Crushers and a Steam Tank W. I need Swords of Chaos and Greasus Goldtooth. I need a Cornwind and Kislev without Boris or with Boris or Gestalten. Or I need Imrik to die before his caster, but I literally don't have any Imrik replays at all. Or I need a Carnosaur used with the Sword of Khorne used at some point in the game. Or I need a Tharian the Grim, a Steam Tank W, and a Khorne W. So there's a lot going on here. Alright, Bwags sent me a replay, and he said he promised that it was relevant. Boy. The Overseer got a no caster W. Tian! Tian, you're so right! That was a no caster W! Tian's a fucking legend, you guys. He's a legend. Yeah. Sakura said it before you canonically, but I already acknowledged Tian, so I refuse to give Sakura his credit now. Okay. Let's go. We have Khorne with Chaos Warriors, 5 of them, Valkia the Bloody, and 3 Minos with great weapons, plus 4 dogs, Fleshhounds and Chaos Warhounds, all in the Vanguard. You said it first. I refuse to acknowledge that. On the other side, for the Tomb Kings of Cool Umbrella, we have Tomb Guard and Skeleton Spearmen and Skeleton Warriors all mixed together, Kepler Guard as well. We have Grand Hierophant Kotep on his DJ booth. 3 melee Ushabti, and 2 Ushabti Great Bows, one of which is the Chosen of the Gods. That's cool. Kotep continues to punish the Chaos Warriors of Khorne, who are wandering menacingly towards the Tomb Kings. I have to pee, but I refuse, because we're in the middle of a game, and there's a bunch of dead Chaos Warriors. Watch them. Look at them go. Chosen of the Gods peppering these fools. And there goes the spooky skulls. Wow, I'm doing almost half HP. Ooh, nice counter Spear of Sleipnir, though. I missed the cast of it, but did 2/3 of Kepler Guard's HP. Valky is a caster, Lord of Spear. I already said I won't count Dwarves or Khorne because they literally can't take a caster. Feels unfair. Valkia dives into the Chosen Gods. I actually like this. Memery and shit posting aside, I really like Valkia just diving in here. She has her Demon Shield if she gets into any trouble, but really there isn't a ton that threatens her truly in this Tomb Kings build. So it's just good of you to use her time to get her Chaos Warriors into melee without getting peppered by the Chosen Gods the whole time they go. It's fine. It's fine. Chaos Warriors have taken a lot of damage on the advance, though, man. So much. Kotep continues to just brutalize these guys. What will the Flesh Hounds do? They have a full surround, but it's a box formation, which is fine at being surrounded, but also it's Tomb Kings. It's not like they're going to terror out or anything. Doesn't a Runesmith count as caster? Maybe? I don't know. We can get into that if we get into that, but the only dwarf game we cast had Thoric, so it's kind of a non-starter for now. Tomb Kings continuing to just slam these Chaos Warriors to Khorne. Can the Chaos Warriors hold? Can they kill this skeleton front line and get onto the juicy back line as one Chaos Warhound is already pulled apart? And the Minotaurs are committing to the back line to help out Valky a little bit versus the Ushabti and the Kemper Guard. I wonder how much damage they'll do as Wags is trying to sneak some Flesh Hounds in, but they kind of end up Congo-lining a little bit strangely. More Chaos Warhounds are here, though. They're trying to stop these Ushabti from firing for a bit and just dedicate everything to the melee so that Khorne can get his glorious kills. And there's a lot of kills to be had versus the Tomb Kings. That's a lot of skellies that you can kill off and get Horns of Khorne. Yeah, there's one. Horn of Khorne and Sword of Khorne and things like that. Of Khorne. Skullstorm from DJ Kotep, his bound version, not a real one, is going through the Chaos Warriors of Khorne right now. Flesh Hounds have committed to the fight with these Ushabti in the backfield as Chaos Warhounds are going to get routed off any second now. Kotep is taking a lot of damage from Valkia, and we'll see how Khorne deals with this. Bounce power is about even, which is great for Khorne. He's usually quite far behind in these things, as there is the Ushabti summon from the Tomb Kings. A little bit more bodyguarding to do around Valkia. As these Flesh Hounds of Khorne are about to start demonic instability crumbling, the other ones are taking a lot of damage, and Kotep is still trying to get back to these Tomb Guard with halberds who can actually support him. Minos with great weapons, plowing through these Ushabti and their Skeleton Warrior compatriots. It's not even Skeleton Spears, so they're really not that worried about it. And more Minos have run downhill. Now, one of these Ushabti is fake, but there's still plenty of real Ushabti in here. And I'm getting a little concerned for the forces of Khorne. I think their balance of power is slightly overstated. I really don't see a whole lot that's going in their favor. Yeah, that Chaos Warhound's almost dead, so who cares? And Minos do not want to sit and grind in these Skeleton Spears or Tomb Guard with halberds that are occasionally around. That looks awful for them. Valky is going for a last-ditch effort to really snipe out Kotep. But this grind fight right here is going to go quite poorly. We can see the Minos already taking significant damage. Spear Slapner down the line is really good. Should hit 2 units. Yeah, it does good damage. And this Ushabti is fake. They should be fading away pretty darn soon. 29 seconds left on them. Kotep's taking a lot of damage from Valky, and that's really their golden goose in this fight. Chaos Warriors of Khorne have taken so much damage they're not factored in this fight. And Sword of Khorne! Sword of Khorne! Lands right in the middle, kills off some skeletons, and the Kemper Guard are pretty close to dead. Valkia continues to harass Kotep as he tries to scuttle away on his little mobility scooter of doom. Another Skullstorm from him onto the last healthy Chaos Warrior will actually do decent damage. And even with that big Sword of Khorne, the balance powers are still not sure who's going to win, and I honestly understand where it's coming from. Both Ushabti Greatbows still have a lot of ammo and decent HP. Kotep is getting ground down, but maybe he can get away from Valkia, maybe he can get to some safety, and she is surrounded by Tomb Guards with halberds right now. And Khorne does not have a lot of Chaos Warriors left, but Chosen of God's going to start firing into the Chaos Warriors that are there. Their scatter shot should do a lot of damage against these guys who are all blobbed up. But Kotep does not look like he's going to rally. He continues to crumble, and now Minos are down here. So one Mino will kill off the regular Ushabti. The other Mino will kill off the Chosen of the Gods. Kotep dies from their charge, but he was going to bleed out anyway. And that just leaves 2 Tomb Guard that Valkia can churn through with her Chaos Warriors. I do think this is doomed for the Tomb Kings. GG. Kotep, 1200. Ushabti did okay. Tomb Guard were around, but they just got ignored all game. And that's that. For Boags, Valkia got 2,500 value, which is pretty nuts. Minos did good overall. Chaos Warriors did fine. And Flesh Hounds plus Chaos Warhounds did goodish. Okay. Okay. That is a Khorne W. And that is a Sword of Khorne. We need a Carnosaur. We need Imrik to die before his caster. Or we need Kislev without Boris or Kastalton. I'm going to look through my replays and see if I even have any of those things at all. God, this is so many replays. And the answer is no. No, the answer is no. I don't have any of those things. No! Alright. Alright. We continue on, undaunted, unafraid. How many, what time is it? What time is it? I don't know what of these I even want to cast. I don't know what I want to do with my life here. Sure. We'll do this one. Run to the bathroom quick. Slaanesh High Elves! I'm back. I didn't miss anything. I didn't miss anything. Okay. Slaanesh High Elves. For the High Elves, we have a bunch of Spearmen and Archmage of Life with Regrowth and Earthblood, Sisters of Avalorn, plus Lothern Seeker, plus the Talons of Tor Kaleda, a Bolt Thrower, some Fireborn, some Dragon Princes, and Silver Helms. Cool. On the other side, we have Hounds of the Blood Hunts. This must be Demons of Chaos, not actually Slaanesh. Demons of Chaos with Bringer's Beguilement, other Demonettes of Slaanesh, regular Demonettes, Triple Flamer of Tzeentch, Caress the Darkling Prince, and that is it. On the advance, we have already lost the Demonette pretty much. That thing is pretty much dead. Sisters of Avalorn trying to kill these guys as Flamers fire in. Flamers are at the mercy of Archers. If Archers focus on them at all, they will instantly die, as Bolt Throwers and Archers are actually shooting at Carlin, whatever. Dick Fungus, the Darkling Prince. Flamer's doing a lot of damage, as the Demonettes also wreck the Fireborn. The Fireborn are out here, so are these other Dragon Princes. They'll try and kill the Flamers in melee, which usually works quite well. Oh no, they got distracted back into the main fight. Please God, go kill the Flamers. They're so free, they're so easy. Archmage of Life is about to die in her fight with the Darkling Prince. She is a life supportive caster after all, not really suited for 1v1ing that guy. Sisters of Avalorn are destroying these Flamers of Tzeentch, though, very easily, and looks like Dragon Princes are also trying to help out with that just a little bit. Lothern Seaguard, Talons of Tor Kaleda peel off the Silver Helms, helping them with some Demonettes that used to be there and are now gone. Other Demonettes have taken some decent damage. Demons of Chaos are up on the balance of power. One of the Flamers is going away. Another Flamer is going away as Archers start actually shooting at them. Bringers Beguilement taking some damage. They got a Horn of Corn for a little bit more help. Not that they really need it. They have amazing stats. Looks like our second Flamer is about to bite the dust. One Flamer remains, but it does peel for itself from the Silver Helms. And the Flamers of Tzeentch taking some serious damage. Caress, the Darkling Prince, is chasing off the Life Caster. Looks like the Bringers of Beguilement are onto the Sisters of Avalorn, immediately rampage them, and then they'll kill off the Eagle Bolt Thrower crew as well. It's a pretty big win there for the Demons of Chaos. We have a Demonette that's just about to die, a Flamer that is close to Demonic Instability Crumbling, but is currently shooting sideways down through Spearman, which actually does really good damage. The Flesh Hounds of Khorne are still doing well. Does not look like the High Elves have a whole lot that can really buy them any more time and keep them away from these Bringers of Beguilement Demonettes. As the Flamers continue to get shot at by the Archers. Will it finish them off? It's looking like it is close. -7 leadership, -1. They do rally back up to 5. and the archers are too close together, they'll get killed off by these Bringers of Beguilement, and that'll probably be a win for the Demons of Chaos. And is it under 4 minutes? No. No, it is not. Caress the Darkling Prince, 2,000 value. Flamers did all right. Demonettes did not. For the High Elf, their Spearman frontline got mostly wrecked. Lothern Sea Guards, the Survivor Lord, and Talon Torquato did fine. Both the Dragon Princes didn't really do that well. The Bolt Thrower didn't do very much either. GG. We already got that square? It's true. I don't think we saw anything there. No Fiends. Still no Fiends. Still no Fiends. Oh, damn it! No! No, it's a clan war game. I saw an Imrik and I was like, holy shit, how did I miss this? Because it's a clan war game. I'm casting that tomorrow as part of the clan war. It's not real. Nothing's real. Okay, it's 9:30. We've been streaming for 3 hours. There are still so many fucking replays, you guys. There are so many. And we just can't do it. We just can't do it. So here's what we're gonna do. We'll do it ourselves. We'll get a bingo our way. End the stream? Nah. Now, we got a lot of the bingo squares. But just not enough. You play a game with a Carnosaur yourself? See, this guy gets it. Why is nobody on? Boo. Boo! Somebody exist! Alright, nobody in the world is on. Less faction-specific squares? True. We had Lord 6k value, Lore of Heavens. Both those were here, and they didn't get gotten. Steam Tank W. Imrik dies before caster. Carnosaur used. Kislev or Boris with Boris or Kosti. Nurgle game is fun. Am I getting punked? Why does nobody exist in the face of the planet? 1 versus 1. Domination. No. 3 versus 3. No. God damn it. Let's see if this guy's password is literally Henry or 123. Nope. Oh my god. Fine, I'll do it myself!
Summon the Elector Counts. Devoid of...
I'll do it myself! I'm trying to snipe you. It's I have queued forever. It's not real. Sakura had the same idea. Start a Lizardman campaign that gives you a Carnosaur. Yeah, I'm just gonna start a fucking Gestalten campaign. Get in a fight with Gestalten. And that's Gestalten. Q and Vermin League. That's a whole best of 3, bird. And I'd be throwing away Elo, which I really need right now. Load. Make a lobby, maybe? Never. You. No. No. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. Gestalten, go! Why am I killing other Kislevites? That seems kind of fucked. All I have to do is play this battle. I don't even have to win it. Wait, I don't even have to win it. It just says, wait, the bingo square just says Kislev with Boris or Kosti. It doesn't say shit about winning. What? No way! No fucking way! My game crashed! Oh my fucking god. No! My game didn't even want me to finish the fucking bingo. I hate it. Reload. I guess I'll reload everything. It's fine. It's fine. Hi, Goji. Goji, you excited for our campaign stream Sunday? Sunday! Goji's playing Festus. I am playing Durthu, I believe. Blood Penguin's playing Lewin. This is exactly why we love your stream. Because horrible things happen to me. And then we have Lamb Sauce playing Heinrich Kemmler. And Renless playing Balthasar Gelt. 5-person. Free-for-all campaign. King of the Hill with Altdorf. If you hold Altdorf at the end of a turn, you get a point. First to 5 points wins. Right now we're just playing the loading screen game. Which is pretty cool. Alright, this time make it into the game. Please. Runless returns? Yeah, he loves campaign. What time is said stream? I believe it's 11 a.m. my time, which is Minnesota Central. Okay. I have a bold plan for how to win this. We did it! Yay! Let's go! Go to the Photoshop. Kids with Boris or Kosti. We have Kosti. That's some fucking bingo. Done the normal and legit and totally right way. Woo! Okay. I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna go play Pikmin. I'm not gonna play Vermin League. Not in the state I'm in. Those would be the two things I would do, is play Pikmin or Vermin League. Or work on videos. I could work on videos, but I don't know. I just cast replays for 3 hours straight. I don't really want to cast more replays and edit them for you people. For you people! Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see if I can draw Skaven. I'm gonna draw Skaven. Okay, so here's his little ears. Alright. And then he has his head. Okay. And then a neck. Woo! That's a neck. And he's got broad shoulders because he's a big, tough guy. Oh boy. That's a tough guy. He's got to get his snoot. So we got Skaven's snoot. That's his Skaven. Hello. And then his arms got to come back up eventually. So there are his arms. There we go. And he has a little runny nose, so his snoot's gonna go boop. And he has a triangle on his chest, because he's Iron Man. Ooh, he's Iron Man. And this is my Skaven. I'm gonna give him little accent lines, because he's, yay, I'm a Skaven. That's the best Skaven drawing you're ever gonna get. Right there. That's a good one. Let's see if I can draw a dwarf. Can I draw a dwarf? Alright. Oh, nope. Gotta undo that one. Nope. Alright. Attempt 2 at dwarf. That's not going great, but that's kind of the state we're in right now. That's not going great. Alright. One more try. I have one more try at dwarf. So then we get a good foundation. And then we get a good second layer. And then we get a good third layer. And then we get a good top. And then we get stinky lines. And that's a dwarf. That's a dwarf right there. That there, derf. Somehow loading screen game is just as fun as multiplayer. Rip, dude. Very accurate. See, because the joke is that it's poop. That's the joke. Alright. Tomorrow there's a clan war between ODM and NC. We'll be casting that. Sunday we have the free-for-all campaign stream with Goji, Lamb Sauce King, Blood Penguin, Renless, and myself. And that'll be fun. So hopefully you guys come around for those. And thanks for hanging around tonight. And goodbye! Goodbye, everybody.